Yes, we're going to keep the ball again! What was that one you were just telling us there?
It's good he's back, the big man, innit? Big Kev get busted up in Barca.
Kev's dead,
Dead again,
69 are gone wrong, wasn't it?
Aye, because he
Suffocated.
he get bashed up in Barcelona. I
It's a shame for a big man.
It's a
He's put
shame.
a picture on social media, hasn't he?
How's it about
I
the...
don't know, do you know, say he's a picture on him, he's got a big scar.
I know
Bashed up,
he's I know it's all bashed up, the big man. I don't know what's happened to him. Was he in Barcelona? He was in Barcelona for
He's
some...
scouting, wasn't he? Scouting for Condonit, advanced players for Condonit 2014s.
But my God, the big man's been through the walls recently, hasn't he?
Anyway, stand up. David Moyes and Sociedad, look. David Moyes on his holidays.
It's your Dan holiday, innit?
Dave Moyes' dance when they won the
you, man.
Dave Moyes' dance.
More than after, innit? Full English.
Straight out of greenbrigade.com,
Full
innit?
English.
Dave Moyes' dance when they won the...
I sweat patches. That's a shocker, innit, man? What have I thought there?
Moyes.
Mate, you know what I feel if somebody wore this, it would be a nice wee outfit.
I think it's a
I think it's alright, mate, huh?
I think it does look like a Dan holiday, but
Moyes, no, Dan, just purely David Moyes, innit?
you get it for me?
Oh, mate, I like it.
You having it?
Aye, I don't mind it.
I
I think he
think
teed me up in the way here, but he says, wait, you see what I'm wearing. He was trying to soften the blow a wee bit, wasn't you?
Aye, but I thought actually when I woke up this morning, put it on, I'm like, fucking, I'm looking a bit today.
Do you hear Tierney's moved into Moyes' old flat, eh?
What did you say? Say the smell it is again?
Says the house is stinking of what?
stick to the couch, innit? Sat on the couch, he's not got up since.
There's pictures of Faddy or the one they're naked.
Oh, what a move for the boy, honestly. Champions League football for Tierney. So, I'm a wee bit surprised. I still think he's...
Well, you in the gossip column last week, you told us he was coming back.
Aye. I don't think that...
What
I
happened?
think it was a sit-down. I think there was
Was there a sit-down?
A sit-down again, aye.
Who sat
I'm
down?
like,
What's sitting down getting done?
Moisey. Sat on Moisey. Sat on Moisey, didn't he? I got convinced him to go Susie.
Wee Moisey, man. By the way, what a job he's doing. Oh, sigh.
Imagine sitting on Moisey.
Bang it, man.
By the way, that's initiations, isn't it? Started doing initiations. Everyone just think they're so again.
And his initiation.
Who said
Some of
you
the
that?
best, singing some of the best.
That's a liberty, man.
That's awesome. Every week I look for somebody that looks like you, man.
Who fucking sent you that?
Me, I just seen it last night.
Do you his look like?
No.
I actually think it's a good one, Alexander Lusick.
Happy with it.
No,
I am feel.
Can you feel that?
It's got to be
How's
Tash
the boss? How's the boss after the fight, alright?
You and your dad box, but use it. That's what you're actually looking to do, innit?
Deposit, aye.
Low blows only. Not above the belt.
Not deposit. By the way, me and my dad, Marcia was, she's in Texas on Marcia, in a work trip. And she's away, she went on a lazy river yesterday.
Right.
I don't like that, mate. Do you know what I mean? The lazy river, it's you don't have a float, ain't you?
Nah, you just go around.
I'm just picturing Moisey on a lilo and so.
Chasing my sister around. No, but she's in the lazy river, mate, like yesterday, but it was the type of a hotel.
Right.
You know what I mean? So people bathing at Marcia on the...
Wait, there's a river on the top of a hotel?
Aye, lazy river it's called, but it's like a bar and all that in Texas. So she's went there 42 degrees it was.
Wow. She's a ginger as well, isn't she?
Aye, so we were really worried about her yesterday.
She'll be
alright.
fine.
I think she's alright, but she's
She's got that same outfit on, isn't she?
I need to change, mate. I'm buzzing your back, mate. I'm really buzzing your back because I'm going to challenge me today.
Well, what did you do at the weekend when you football? Is that not a bit of a killer? Waking up Saturday without the wee feeling in your tummy, or did you get it for something else?
No, it was fine. I've been brand new.
So what was your Saturday? What did your Saturday consist instead of playing?
Jacob's team, didn't I? Took his wee
Oh, so
team
you
for a
did, mate.
game first thing in the morning.
Tell the story, because there'll be a lot of aspiring coaches that watch us. Just give a wee bit of background to your results previously and what you changed.
So we get beat our last two, and then we're going to play a team who's beat one of the teams that just beat us. A team, Mulgrew beat us 5-3 on Tuesday night, so we're playing a team that beat them 6-1. So I knew it was going to be a hard game, but as I spoke to the boys, I just said,
What was your demeanour like previously? Demeanour like previously with the last
So I'm
two
usually
games?
standing at the side, and I try and no shout as much. I think, but I think I'm still shouting too much on at them, giving them instruction and telling them where to be, and trying to kick every ball with them really. And I think that sometimes you can do too much. So I just said to him, listen, I want to see you get 8 passes in a row. I'm going to count how many times you do it, and I just took the pressure right off them. And hopefully that I learned. I talk about learning in the 2011s now. I think you do. It's at 13, 11 and 12-year-old boys, but I think you can learn at that level by wee things you do. So I just let them go and play, counted it, stood at the side with 5-0 up at half time, ended up winning 14-0 and only like four shots against us. And
Just shows you though, doesn't it?
That was
So a
good.
lot of
The
coaches
boys done
feel
really
that-
well.
A lot of coaches at that age maybe feel I need to keep talking for them to learn.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about their decision making, let them learn for themselves.
Mannerisms, that.
Definitely.
Mannerisms on the side.
Have you ever pulled kids aside and say like, how does it affect you the way I'm on the side? Have you ever asked that?
I asked them what they think and all that, but see boys to talk up in front of a crowd or to actually see how they feel. It's
They say no, don't they?
aye, everybody says no, but
Right.
that was good. Good learning for me and good for the boys. The boys were brilliant. I said to them as well, one of the points I said, and I stick by it, I said the best players in the world, the fitter players that you see that you like, 95% of the game is simple. The simple things well. And if you go and do that, then everybody will stand out and everybody will get their chance to go and express themselves. So
World class at the basics, the best player.
basics. Aye, so they were good. Fair play to the boys, they were good.
And then do you watch your first team game now?
The what?
Do you watch any first team games after it? Saturday?
What game did I watch? I watched the Celtic game actually, aye.
Were you at it or did you watch it on telly?
No, I watched it telly.
We're
We'll
going to get on
we'll
to
come to
that.
that. I want to know you because it's a killer for me. First team playing on a Sunday, rubbish, innit?
Oh,
I don't like it.
Ah, brutal, mate.
Ruined the
Weekend ruined
weekend,
it.
aye.
I've never been
So,
a fan.
and Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Saturday, aye. Game Sunday, half Monday. But hopefully, if you get in Europe, that's going to be it. It's going to be the norm, innit, for a few weeks, Sundays.
I came up to your game and
Saturday, so he did, mate. Thanks for coming. He wasn't actually, this is his head. He's like, he was organised to come up and then he phoned us on the Friday saying I'm not coming up because if he's get, I'll jinx it and he'll get beat. That's how his mind
do you
works.
know, no Charlie, but my head works like that. So see, because they've been unbeaten in the league so far, I've always been like that. If a wee thing changes, that can, I know it's not going to really happen that way, but I always think if I go up, that might make them get beat.
What are you going to do? Run on the ball? What are you going to do? Run on the pitch and kick the ball in the net for Cowden Bean?
He'd been shaking when it went to each, shouldn't he?
Well, mate, Frankie's letting me get it.
Frankie said that to me, did he?
Frankie's letting me get it.
Were you superstitious as a player?
No, but I have always been. I always think, even with scores, I'll check live score, and then I feel okay, I need to stop checking that because I'm causing him not to score. Which obviously no. Which is obviously no.
Did any of you have superstitions?
Nah, never, mate.
Do you?
No, but just wee things. I just did my same routine all the time. So
Aye.
no like to the absolute T, but in general had the same routine. Building up to a game, the day of a game, the day before. Sometimes it would change like year to year or week to week or whatever, but no.
You'd always have a shower with the manager before a game, wouldn't you?
I can see your mind ticking there when I was saying that. You can see it, can you? Started giggling.
So what sort of thing? Just like how you put your boots on?
No, that.
No, like certain things to eat and
you got
stuff
with
like
certain
that.
things to
Aye.
eat. Certain times you leave, certain times you and then before the game when you get ready, when you stand there a wee stretch, when it's all it's a routine that you always go through into rather than a superstition.
I'm similar. I've always got to have porridge before a game.
Aye.
Always.
Porridge,
Aye.
man,
Do you eat a lot? Did you eat a lot before games?
No morning games. See, half 12
Annihilate
kick-offs, I'd have to eat.
I see. I went
Annihilated food.
through different things in my career going forward. Like as I went through, I remember eating loads one time, maybe having a good game. And you think, I'm going to do it at the time. Then you have a stinker and going, oh, I'm not eating as much. And near the end, I started to eat a lot in the morning of the game, and then just a small pre-match and eat a lot the night before. And I found that was good.
I would always eat loads on a Friday.
I remember I went for a Nando's once, mate. Full game burping up Nando's, man.
Oh, that's the worst. See when you can taste your
That was before
see
the
when you
game.
can taste your butt. That's the end of that. That's the worst. Fernando's is a bad butt. I know.
I've told you, Nick, the worst I've ever seen was Paul Caddis get a Chinese the night before a game,
And then
wake up the next morning, see the leftovers for pre-match.
How could you
mad,
get
innit?
play after
Oh
that?
mate, they wings last week.
Greg Stewart used to have McCoy's, packet of McCoy's, salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar McCoy's for a game, mate.
And then just Meg every day.
Have you ever seen anybody anybody else like Caddis who
Eat shite.
couldn't believe it? they're
Was you
eating
not eating at McDonald's or something up the back of the bus?
I used to eat McDonald's at the back of the bus.
Ryan Kent was a bag of dairy milk buttons and about 2-3 Red Bulls. easy 2-3 Red Bulls.
Van
I
Dijk-
think, how can people have that many?
Wow.
You, man?
Van Dijk used to come in after the warm-up and have a full packet of jelly babies.
Full pack.
Full packet of jelly babies. Always remember it was sitting there because John Collins and him used to do a wee bit of flirting now and again. They loved each other and they used to hide it for him and all that. And he would come in and he'd always say,
Sickening that.
Delight of that.
Mate, you never even came in and said hi. You came up to our game Saturday. Stood with his hood up at the side of the stand. You never even came in and said hi.
I hate
either.
that it's your work, and I don't want it to take me to come here and you're trying to concentrate on your work. I just like to keep myself away. I hate that, like me coming and trying to talk to everybody and usually there to work. Do you know what I mean? Do you like
imagine
that?
you went in to see them all and all
I
that.
think you're
and the result
overthinking
never went
things,
the
mate.
way.
I couldn't believe it, mate. Honestly, we went to each. I could see people turning around to me and looking. We've been battering teams and I've came up and went to it. I could not believe it. But I'm not just saying this. What a game of football it was.
Good one.
The
Was it good?
state- Oh, Charlie, it was.
What did they do well?
It was the. What I was, and I said to Andy in the motor today, I don't want to give you too much away, but
No, I didn't talk too much tactics.
so it was certain things that he's done, and I was sitting there and I said to Frank, I'm like, if I was playing against you, I wouldn't do with that. I would
do something else.
do something else, whatever, drop out, whatever it is. And it was fascinating at that level because
Did you know say he stole a wee thing that I said last week?
who I did,
No.
aye, what they did, aye, something you saying, I seen them doing it a lot and shouting it on a lot. At
In the same time.
What
Aye, I
was
know.
this?
Something he
Oh,
said
sorry.
What have you done?
on Saturday. Aye.
Have you changed last
We've
week?
played
Was
the-
Charlie?
We've
Speak
played
with
the
Charlie
same way the
once.
full season.
Cannot say.
I was like, what have you what was it?
But it was
What
fu-
kid, no?
No, he put me down say kid on.
Oh, that you changed. I was like, what?
But I must say it was brilliant to watch. A brilliant, and I'll tell you they were also
They were good, Kelly.
They were good.
Well coached under
and
Callum.
it's brilliant to see because at that level we said it last year. It's brilliant to see at that level teams fucking playing as well. It's brilliant. I
That's
don't-
you been up. You've been up.
I know, sorry mate, I'll get up.
You're busy for me, and I
Oh.
understand.
No, because I have still been got to games, but I'm trying to prioritise going to see the 20s boys for last year.
Oh, right. How are they getting? How the?
We watched Cali Braves Hearts on
1-1?
Friday. One each, aye.
was
Decent
it?
game. Decent game. It wasn't. I've seen Hearts a couple of times and they weren't at their best. Cali Braves were decent for periods of the game. Josh done well. Lewis came on. So I've seen most of the boys for last year. So that you're my next priority. Hope to
Thank
see
you.
you next.
Got a
Charlie
pet
Grant's
peeve
one,
just
please.
before we go on. Pet peeve. Jason Tyndall, man.
Oh, what has he done?
Is that the assistant
Fucking
manager?
Oh
shushing
my
claw.
God.
What an arsehole that, mate.
What
Is he
the-
doing?
He's a fud. He is.
Ah, he is.
He's a fud, him.
Yes, I'm
No,
fucking-
he
yes.
is. I don't like, mate. What is he doing?
I've got a pet peeve, I know. Me and him in the motor this morning. See at Charing Cross, we come
Brilliant.
onto the motorway,
Brilliant.
you get the slip road,
I
it's
know
only about
exactly,
20 yards before you like, veer on. I'm ahead of a full
Arctic.
bus, into a coach, and the guy speeds up not to let us in, didn't he?
Amazing.
Definitely a Celtic fan, 20.
Honestly, mate.
He beeped the horn for at least 30 seconds.
Oh,
extra.
mate, I held the horn for about 3 minutes. I was like, Tadger, man.
It's the motor, mate, I'm telling you.
I know.
But he done that, remember? I thought you were doing that to Team Europe, but you were actually
And the gub went up. You done that as well, remember that wee film? What was that film again? Leo DiCaprio was in. The wee shush, remember?
What was
And the
that?
wee old woman.
Shutter Island.
But listen, boys, I don't know if I want to go into it today.
How come?
The Celtic game. I'm in shock still with it. I cannot.
Did you watch the full 90 minutes? Oh, could you be at your game?
No, I watched you because you can't see I've not got the Celtic TV or
Just
that.
the highlights.
Just the highlights. But I had contacts in certain areas of the stadium who have reported back and sound very poor. I think O'Reilly had a couple. I mean, he's hadn't missed 2 sitters, O'Reilly. Instead of worrying about Ange talking to you at lunch, worry about what you do in the pitch. Because Rodgers might be talking to you now, you're all happy at lunch, it matters what you do in the pitch. And that annoyed me. But he missed 2 chances. But apart
3
from that,
chances now. I think I've seen another one.
2 out and out sitters.
Yeah.
One he should have done better with. Apart from that, Forrest is a wee head at the end, probably too high. Don't think he could have done
His
much
neck from
more of
there,
that. But albeit through the full game, by the way, St Johnstone could actually go and win the game.
Stevie May.
Clark. Joe Hart makes
Sandy Clark.
Joe Hart makes 2 cracking saves at the end. And I'm a wee bit perplexed at the moment with this about everybody says that we need lots of players in. I get there needs to be signage for the Champions League because Celtic they competed all right last year, but the results weren't good. So I think Anne said that we made it, but against St Johnstone at home, that team have just won a treble in the year without obviously Joe. I know players are injured, but that Celtic should be beating St Johnstone and playing much better than that for me.
Well, the last 2 games they've not scored a goal.
And
Kilmarnock and St Johnstone.
There's balls getting fed across that box and Keoghl's nowhere to be seen. Last year he's sweeping them up. Now I know Rodgers is different, but you still, no matter what, you have to be playing better than that. And I get, as I said, the recruitment side of things, but I think they're going on a bit too much about it. Celtic have spent more on Rangers this summer. Now, people will fire that back to me, Charlie, and go, Celtic brought 25 million for Jota, the Champions League, so I get that. But a treble winning side, you've lost Jota, you've spent 17 million in players. It should be much better than what we're seeing. You've had the full pre-season to get your hang out. If the players aren't at your style, then you'll need to move them on. It ain't rocket science.
I'd love it, Paul. Charlie,
they've not actually... The squad's no as different as what's been made out either, is it?
No.
Because, like you said, Jota's left, obviously a big player for them. Aaron Moy retired too. If they're playing their best 11 this year, chances are he's probably not playing at his age. Starfelt, who he's actively, again, looks as if he wasn't going to play. He's got a decent fee from. So other than that, it's still...
Carter Vickers not played the last two.
Carter Vickers and Alistair Johnson,
I get the injuries, but the people saying about the recruitment, you can't date me injuries, but people saying the recruitment...
And that was Rodgers that said it as well. Like, people saying it's the same squad of players. It's 90% the same. You know what I mean? It's a lot of it's still the same players.
But I think the players you just mentioned there are big misses.
Carter Vickers is massive, but
like
like you say, 2 goals they've not scored.
When we played against Celtic last year, it was tight at Celtic Park. Jota was the one that looked like going to create. He would go and get corners, he would go and try and make something happen. And one goal on Saturday and it ends up 4-0. The longer the game goes 0-0, the more belief that St Johnstone get, because they're just sitting on the edge of the box trying to defend. They need to score the chances, fair enough. But the margins are so tight and it's still early in the season. I think they're still...
See what you said, like when they were playing against a low block last year, it was Hatate or Jota that would go and take somebody out of the game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That would then open things up for them, and they've not really got that type of player on the pitch just now, don't they?
I think runners in behind as well, mate. Last year, at times the spaces they created for each other by people running behind and getting on the ball, or running behind as a decoy run for somebody else to get on the ball. I don't really see as much as that this year. I still think as well with the sort of 2 6s with O'Reilly and McGregor, I don't think that suits the profile of the midfielders they've got.
Although you say that, but McReilly, if he's playing then he's still getting 3 chances a game, then it tells you that is working there.
But McGregor, no, I don't think so. Because see the other way, I think they look way more open at the back than they did last year. And I know they never conceded against St Johnstone, but I think even the Ross County game, we talked about how many times on the counter-attack Ross County looked dangerous. Aberdeen, mate, in the first half at Aberdeen, I thought Callum McGregor's taking a bit of stick, but I think at times he's on an island in the middle of the pitch. See when it breaks down, feels as if there's nobody near him. Whereas last year, they had him holding, they had the 2 inverted fullbacks, so they were sort of covering the middle of the pitch. Yeah. So you see any time the ball got cleared out the box, there was 4 or 5 bodies in the midfield to pick up second balls. I think now, O'Reilly's in the box, Tumbles in the box, and Callum McGregor's just on the middle of the pitch himself. So I find it a lot easier for our teams.
Came out and said that he feels it's going to take, he's finding it difficult because of the difference in style for Ange to Rodgers. So I get that is going to take time, and obviously the injuries as well. It is obviously, but so I don't want people to be getting me wrong here with this.
Oh, you're worried about Peter Hink?
No, I just mean I'm talking more the recruitment for the Champions League, because you've seen last year you did need more, so to strengthen that. But I think
Yang's a right midfielder. Any highlights that I've seen of Yang before he came to Celtic, he was playing on the right, and Maeda's obviously better on the left, and they were both playing opposite.
Maeda's...
He looked good again though, now.
Yang looks like a good signing.
Good again.
Yeah. The worrying thing for me is Kyogo going, did he have a chance Saturday?
I don't know.
That'd be my real worry for...
Well, that's what I'm saying, but the ball's coming across that, flashing through across that face of the goal, and he's back, you see him middle of the pitch and all that, and the first game of the season he looked great at doing it, but I would rather on the last line, getting ready to break through. It opens the game up that as well, Charlie, in that last line, you see, pulls in back then, what does it create space in the middle?
You love that one,
you know what I mean? So, listen, it's still got taking time, it's too slow though, for a start, and I know Rodgers does that, possession based, playing it around, he's looking to draw somebody out to play through that line. You're not going to draw somebody when it's a low block, you know what I mean?
You watched the full 90 minutes. What was your kind of take of the game?
I just thought, honestly, the goals change games. If one of them had took one of the chances, I know it's all in ifs and buts and they should take the chances, but it could end up 3, 4 and 5. St Johnstone, the longer it goes, if I've ever played against Celtic or Rangers, you think the longer this goes, the more the belief you get and the more And the keeper was brilliant for St Johnstone, really, really good. I just think that it's still early in the season. Rodgers needs to get his signings in. He needs to get, before the end of the window, it's a big week, get a couple of his own signings. If we're saying O'Reilly's not suited for the 6, or whatever it might be, get somebody else in, get a few signings in, and then that's what...
What other positions would you look at this system and think the player that's playing in that system just now doesn't suit it?
I'm looking at I think it's crying out for a wide player. Maybe I don't know if he suits a Rodgers style. Don't know if Rodgers wants more technical, and I don't know. Rodgers, I've heard a lot saying he needs more power in the team. What position? I don't know. Maybe do they need a centre mid in there?
Hattati's
He gives you
lot
that.
of power, isn't he?
But see, you say that maybe make a few signings. Do you think he needs to get certain players out of the current team now? Or do any of you think that? Do you think he needs to the squad of players like... It's a hard one, I think, because they've been so successful, Celtic, under the last 2 years, but see what he's seen so far. See if it's not going to work for them.
It's like saying get them out, but how do you get them out? The players are under contract and they're there. I mean, it's not just as easy as saying get them out. Do they want to leave? Are they happy there? It's a job that it's not easy.
But he probably has told players, well, look at Hibs Ivanovic on Instagram, by looking at that, you would think he's been told that he can go now. Isn't it? There's no way you're putting that up on Instagram
Why do players
told you that you're going to be
that?
there.
Honestly, what you're achieving, you're achieving 50,000 turn on you straight away. I don't get it at all.
But Ange's system worked because there was players there that fitted that system. Doesn't it look to me like the players fit Brendan Rodgers' system?
I don't know, but looking at it as well, I think that Ange, reading between the lines, was this is what we do, this is where we cross it, and this is where we go, and that's it. Whereas I feel like even the last time when Brendan Rodgers had players like Sinclair and players that maybe play a bit more off the cuff and come inside and play with a bit more freedom. So Maeda, if you're comparing Maeda and you're comparing Sinclair, Maeda just wants to run.
Aye.
That's what I'm saying, but that's why he suited that system, Charlie.
Suited that system, so Rodgers needs to then now go, right, well, he needs to be given time to get players in. And this is where, and then it's still early in the season, so it takes time. And you know what it's like, the last week of the window, probably a lot of signings get made and things start to open up and things start to move, so maybe that's what will give him a lift.
You're right, it's definitely going to take time, and I look at all the teams that are sort of Europe now, Hearts, Hibs, Rangers, Celtic, they're all kind of in the same boat where they're not really hit the way they can perform. But I think one thing you'll say at Rangers and Celtic, I said it after Rangers at Kilmarnock, is at Rangers and Celtic you still need to win games. You might not be at your best, you might not hit your top form, but when you're playing poor you need to get results. And I think especially St Johnstone's last 5-6 results, get beat off Stirling Albion, get beaten off Ayr, obviously Ross County Hearts, the 2 league games. You still need to go out and win the game regardless. If you're not quite at your best yet, you need players in the door. And I actually think, I agree with goals change game, but I don't think Celtic created anywhere near enough. Which is the last thing you've sort of said about the Celtic team over the last sort of year and a half.
My point would have been to that is that the 3 or 4 right good chances they did have,
you should score.
they scored one of them.
More might come.
More might come because John's go, oh no, here we go again, and then they go, right, might need to commit, might need to run forward, we might need to take that extra chance. Plus they're a wee bit diffused because they know, we can't score here. We've never scored. We need a clean, and then the longer you clean sheet, the more you get a lift. Then the earlier they score, the more. Do you know what I mean? And then it could be 5-6, and you say we could be sitting here going that was 4-0, and Celtic had 15 chances. That's a Celtic we would expect and all that. But I think these wee things are massive.
I've said it a couple of weeks ago. I think it is harder to come in a team who have been successful as a manager. Have you ever had that where you've been absolutely flying, and a manager maybe gets a better job, and somebody new comes in? Usually it is a manager gets sacked because the team are doing well, but have you ever been in a situation where the team's doing really well and the manager goes,
no, we can't have a team that's flying, mate. What do you think?
You've always got managers attack it.
I can't think.
Nah. It must be tough trying to convince players something that's worked so well, won trebles, but no, we're not going to do it that way anymore.
It's one of these sort of things that's...
Come on, it's better this way, I promise you.
I always think it's more worrying with players' form though than actual style. Because I think I look at I've not really seen as much, but obviously Cal McGuire's taking a bit of stick now. He's been as consistent as anyone in the league for the last sort of 3-4 seasons, so why has he had a drop off?
Do you think he's fit?
Do you know what I mean? Because you're talking about players fitting styles. How is Callum McGregor not fitting style? He's been consistent for 4 years.
He plays in that style for Scotland too, doesn't he?
Greg Taylor's another one. Greg Taylor last year, flying, like one of the most underrated players I thought, or underappreciated players at Celtic. people are saying, he doesn't suit playing as an orthodox fullback. What are you talking about? He's done that since he was 18.
He got a move to Celtic playing like that.
So it's nothing to do with that. So, but why's his drop off in form happened? Like,
What you're saying there, Andy, about the no being set up for the counter attack, as well, and Cal McGregor's maybe left his cell. That only needs to happen a couple of times. You know what it's like to play, and your confidence starts. It's not about confidence in it. 95%. If you're confident, you're playing well. Or if you're no, it's the opposite.
Aye.
I mean, it's like part things on the gun right, and you're the captain, and there's a light shining on you, and all of a sudden there's breakaways happening, and you're getting dragged a wee bit about the middle of the park. You lose confidence. He's no superhuman. He'll be starting to going, no. This shouldn't be like this. Why is this like this?
See, we're talking about coaching as well, right? I hate the second ball shout, right? Honestly,
How can you judge
I
a
hate
second
it
ball?
because see second balls,
How
right?
can you judge where a second
regardless
ball's
of what
going on?
anyone says, it's random. But what you need to do is you need to try and put people in positions where you could be favourites for a second
Yeah,
ball.
so you're in front
if
of your
Callum
direct
McGregor's the
opponent.
only player in midfield, he might still win a second ball because the ball might fall right in front of him. But if you've got, like he says, you're sustaining touch, you've got people locking out the game, fullbacks in the pitch, it does make it easier.
Livingston were so good at second balls, and that was always me playing
'Cause
Livingston.
all
But they
11
win second balls, but
but
when
all 11 are
see
in
when-
there.
Aye, see when
Just
they whack it forward, they've obviously got about 4 number 10s that are in there because they know where it's gone. So that's when we talk about tactics. We talk about all right, second balls. No, it's no second balls. As you said, it's they know where the ball's gone,
Aye.
so they're there.
Be in positions.
Or they're pressing right as a team, so they're all in the area. I talk about. I think it's a big about controlling the game, controlling space.
Yeah.
So if you've got the ball, you're controlling where you're going with the ball by having people stand in the right areas, and by not having the ball, you're controlling where you want them to go and where you want to win the ball, and having people in that area. And that's if you've got everybody. Just say you're pressing a team and you've got majority of your team in a quarter of pitch. You've got to win the ball. You're probably going to win second balls because you've got more numbers out
In that area, yeah.
Brilliant, that. I feel
That second boys shout, mate, that's haunted me my full since I came back to Scotland. No winning enough second boys.
No.
The ball's bouncing 5 yards. Do you want us to stand there? And what happens if it bounces there? Can it be fucking
The centre half headed it, flicked off somebody's head and went there.
no winning a second ball? Oh, mate.
See about that Haksabanovic thing, right, on Instagram?
Sick it.
Do you think there'll be, do you think like your Callum McGregor's, a few boys in the dressing room will be pulling him?
We can't have it, eh? That's what McGregor will say.
No, I think
Do you
there
think that
will
will be something like somebody's got to say?
I
like,
think they would.
What you do?
Well, mate, 5 of them liked the post.
Aye, Vata
Did
and Bernabe.
Oh, Vata.
They don't like it as well?
Oh, liked it as well.
You're joking.
No, I seen someone on Twitter last night. Big
See
old
that,
liked it.
did
He's
you?
in the picture though, so I don't know if he just thought there's a
That's a good
picture of me.
picture.
I'm liking
Aye, right, I'm
That's
actually.
probably what the majority of boys have done.
It's great in that, like.
I bet that's what the majority of boys have done. I've just flicked through and liked it. I bet there's nothing behind that. I bet they've just went like,
I know,
like,
but
and then they're
Charlie-
like,
See with
oh, no.
Bernabe and Rocco Vata, do you know I think that's more like two boys that
Aye.
are rumoured they're away. So it does look, you might be right, but it does look as if like, there's rumoured they're away, I'm
Rubbish.
just going to like that.
And
That is a modern day player, Tony. Came, done fuck all.
Bernabe's had many chances.
Now
that
he
have
wants
been
to
rubbish.
stick an Instagram post up.
I don't like it at
Embarrassing.
all.
No.
Honestly, and that, do you know what that creates? A negative energy around the whole club. Because now Rodgers, if somebody's maybe told him and then it goes into the club and people go, oh, I wonder what he's got. It's rubbish that. Forget that. A lot of them get them out.
Got everyone that liked it.
Well, I question some of them and say, why did you like that
Or the
picture?
fans are annoying
And
all
if
back
they say-
in.
If it was doing,
Aye, 3,000
Who likes
fans like that. Nah, banned for Celtic Park.
Roger's just sitting looking at Instagram. Instagram likes, he's it.
We've got a fine system at Hearts for social media. Like if somebody posts something that's like out of order or something stupid, like
Questionable.
fine straight away.
why not just, but be honest, like if you're going to, why not just say to the manager, I'm not happy with this, or then, haven't even got a problem with if you come out in the media and say it, if you paint yourself right so you're not betting to look, if you're messing about or whatever, but to say, put silly wee Instagrams up, nah.
That's the funny thing about you talk about the modern player. I bet he's not even said a word to the manager.
No, that's what I'm
I bet
saying.
he's not even
eh?
pulled him and just put that up, and then just says to him morning on the Monday,
Nah.
just chap his door.
Crazy. He tattoos a belter, so innit? His name with a crown above it.
Is that what he's called?
Belter, innit? He's got the gold teeth and all, innit?
I don't actually mind him, do you know?
By the way, he's got a ability, innit? But
I don't mind
he's
him.
know
not done
what's
it
it-
over a consistent
Do you
period of
want to
time,
know,
has
do
he?
you want to know a cert as well? Rangers have been linked with this boy Lewis Palmer for about 3 months. He's going to come in and rip it up for Celtic. And it's
Is it, so that looks
cert.
it looks if it's going to happen, doesn't it? Does anybody know much about this guy?
Well, it's a winger, innit?
20 goal involvements last year.
Seen that,
It's going to be interesting this week, isn't it?
Is that a left sider or a right sider?
Left, I think.
Left footer.
Oh, the clips I seen, he's cutting in for the left-hand side.
Where's he?
Where's
he from?
Greece, he's playing in Greece just now.
Aris in Greece.
Well, we've got this is couldn't make this up, ready. Ex-Celtic, ex-Rangers, Old Firm next week. How do you go about it as a Celtic man, and how do you go as a Rangers man?
How do you go about what?
Go
Just
about
a week?
watching it?
Just go, just go about your week. Just go about a Celtic trip on the full week.
How'd you go about it?
There's not a
Goes
result.
on in the motor every day.
Doing Gracies.
How'd you prepare for it?
Doing Gracies for a week.
Singing autographs to Greece. Meet and greets.
There's not a result that will surprise me.
Him, Simon Donnelly and Tom Boyd done it. And Graces every day.
Moisey's at it again.
Moisey strikes again.
Moisey strikes again. It's weird when the holidays, when you come off a plane, you're always like, oh, you feel the heat, don't you? Why is that? Do you know what I mean?
But it's hot.
Exactly, but no, that's what I'm saying. Why do people always say that when they come off the plane? Do you know what I mean? Fucking you feel that
How'd
heat,
you
don't
go?
you?
He's training with Hearts every day. Like, what would you expect him to do?
No, I'm sorry. I mean, let me rephrase that. If you two are the managers as Celtic Rangers, how would you set your team up going into this game?
You're the manager.
What do you think? Sorry, but what do you? I'll ask
Maybe
you.
Brendan Rodgers' accent while you're doing this.
See, I'd like to bring. Sorry, because sometimes you're just outstanding what you do as a host, but your football knowledge is your football
No,
knowledge
it's
is
terrible.
Nah, it's fucking brilliant. Out of this world. I'd like to ask you. Let's go with a Celtic point of view. Because
How would you what?
How would?
Well, you're not going down saying we're changing, lads, because it's Rangers, are you?
Is it?
Are
But,
you?
right.
But is that no what they need to do after the last couple of games? They need to change a wee bit.
No, I don't think.
Does it?
I don't think it'll change.
Rangers
will
are.
No, I'm not saying they will change, but tweaks. I mean, there's something they need to do different clearly for the last two games because they're not creating.
Do you know what I think it's going to be different though? Rangers are going to come and get after them. So it's going to be maybe the spaces you can play
completely
through.
different game, innit?
Do you know what I mean? Whereas sitting half, it might not suit Rodgers.
Well, I think I've said that so many times on here. I think that's when Rangers are at their best as well. European games when there's more space, when it's no low blocks to break teams down. So it is a game that probably suits both teams now. But there's not a result that will surprise me. I wouldn't be surprised if Celtic win, Rangers win, it's a draw. I think it could be anything.
Beale is one that has changed his tactics based on Celtic last year. He went about it in a couple of different ways against Ange's team.
Aye.
What way do you expect him to do it against Rodgers?
Well, I think every single game this season, out of possession, they've played with the front three, narrow, let it be wide, press for there, sort of half the pitch. I don't think that's going to be any different going into the game at the weekend, but I think a big question mark with Rangers now is what's their best 11. So I don't know who they'll play going into the game.
Who would you
Front
play?
three, I think. I think back four picks at Sale. I think Raskin, Cifuentes and Cantwell probably is a midfield three, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Ryan Jack in there because he's done well and it's a game that suits him. But then front three, I think Tombola picking names it.
Really, yeah?
I do. I don't think anyone's nailed down their jersey yet.
I'd play Roof.
Roof, to be fair, but
Numbers are outstanding.
Roof's got
Aye.
it.
Roof, that was Roof's first start for a year.
Yeah.
So is he ready to play two games potentially?
That intensity, I know.
I think Matondo, mate. I think Matondo's. Listen, he's not had that.
He's been brilliant.
I think his start to his Rangers career last season wasn't obviously great, but he does look like he's playing off real confidence now. I think his last three sub appearances he came on and changed the game for Rangers. Livingston, I thought when he started against Morton he done well. PSV and then Ross County at the weekend. So
And does he see when Matondo comes on? Is he different to see him as in does Beale change where he is in the pitch?
say that
Does
again.
he go
Sorry.
play wider, do you mean?
Aye, does he play wider when Matondo comes
Matondo.
on?
Aye, so that's obviously been the changes of the last few games. I think Ross County at the weekend, I know we're going to get on to Rangers, but they played with the narrow front three and I thought it worked really well in the first half. I thought created chances, link-up play was good, went a bit stale in the second half, and then Ross County, to be fair, got a bit of joy in the second half because their wing-backs were just attacking, putting cross into the box, and then they changed two wide guys, and after that it sort of pinned Ross County's wing-backs, and they couldn't really go out after that. I think Matondo got a lot of joy against the right wing-back, got him booked, free kicks.
See, when you play with
great
wingers
chances.
and they come inside against a back five, sometimes it doesn't pin them back. So it's interesting you're saying that because your three are up against their back three. Naturally, a centre half just sees a man in front of him and goes, "What? Us three will take care of they three." So if you get the wingers wide, all of a sudden that three becomes a five because the wing backs, the centre half don't want to go out there and the wing backs are pinned back.
That's
so
a big.
And then it leaves the space for the fullbacks to step in, like Tavernier's goal.
And I think
That's
that is
how
a
you
big
pin
thing.
back.
That is a big thing that Michael Beale's trying to do at Rangers, where he wants the front three to play in amongst the opposition's back three, but he wants the width to come to the fullbacks. And like you say, the width come for the fullbacks is brilliant, but it's not really pinning it's not really pinning it into a back five. Whereas you got your wide players being touchline.
Yeah.
The wing backs don't know where they can't squeeze, they can't press, because they were just the trigger to go and press Rangers fullbacks. But then there's nothing really in behind them, so they're not really worried that there's nobody there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it was Matondo saying high and wide, Sima, you could see Ross County's fullbacks anyway want to come out of that space. So
What do you think's the best midfield, Rangers?
I think Raskin's in it.
Cantwell's in it.
Cifuentes, for what we've seen so far, is in it.
Do you think so?
And then Cantwell, where's his best position? Is it in the front three potentially? But he can play in there as
I
well.
think Moisey's hit a drift, isn't Moisey's got a drift.
Hung out for last night, innit?
What about
Down
Celtic
that
wise?
finish
What
and
we used to go Celtic wise? Team
Johnson's back, that's good.
Johnson's a big
But
plus.
He
coming back.
wasn't injured, was he, at the weekend?
No, he started.
He started.
No, but- watched the
He came off though, didn't he? Wasn't injured.
Ralston went on, didn't he?
Aye. No, I think they're probably just saving him for the game, isn't he? He's a big miss. They need him back.
I actually thought some of his best performances for Celtic was all filmed last year.
Great against Kent, wasn't he? He was very good one.
He need a centre half this week. You can't play Scales at Ibrox. And that's harsh to say that, but I just mean at that level.
But they've got like 5, haven't they?
How is it harsh? Stop
No.
saying it's harsh.
I think they'll need to get somebody in this week because they're all out, aren't they?
Well, it's only is it Lager?
I like Abuki.
He looked good on the ball.
The Rockies out for 2 months, Carter Vickers 2 months.
Well, sure.
Kobe Ashley seems as if he's...
Well, they've said they're trying to get one in there, an experienced one.
Hey, an experienced centre half for the big game.
So I don't know, what do you think with the starting 11?
No, it looks like it'll be the rest. It'll be McGregor, O'Reilly, Turnbull, Keogh go up, Abada, and Mida.
Do you think that midfield could get swamped?
No, Yang will play, no.
You think Yang will play?
He's looked
well
good,
at the
hasn't he?
weekend,
Done well
aye.
at the weekend again.
I just think with Abada's record in these games.
Nah,
Do you think
fair, aye.
that midfield three gets swamped?
Swamped.
Ran away.
So do you think Rangers will
What's your
win?
theory there?
I've always worried with O'Reilly and the Bull.
Together?
Aye, after the ball. I don't think Ange, with the Bull, I think that was a thing that maybe he's seen in that. And I think Rangers are strong in there. That's a worry. And I think last year, if I'm right in saying, that's where Rangers maybe won that game, was the midfield.
Yeah, well, if your fullbacks didn't come in, like Andy says, you need legs in that midfield
Yeah.
three, don't you, for recovery?
So, do you know what?
What's the alternative though? There's nobody else because Tati's injured, obviously Moyes away. There's no one else.
What's the do with home?
Home, made his debut, didn't he, against Kilmarnock. Wasn't it great, but I still really like, and I think that's where he is good. I think his recovery is really good home in the short space that I've seen him.
I mean, it's all hearsay in it because they could go and buy somebody and they might just put him right in.
Is this a game where, well, Ange done it last year quite a bit, didn't he? Put Juranovic in for his debut. I think Johnston made his debut,
Aye, he did it.
and with Jink Rodgers will be the same mentality. If somebody comes in, fling them right in for this game.
I think he will. I would guess he would. I think that if he's bringing somebody in this week, it's somebody he feels it's going to improve the team and he's going to just file them right in. If they've had a pre-season, they're coming for a club that they've been playing. I think he would.
What about the wingers, Charlie? Who would you go on the two wide players for Celtic?
I'd be tempted to play Jamesy.
Would you, mate?
Aye. Tempted to play Jamesy. I don't know if that's even in the manager's thoughts or whatever, but I would be thinking about that.
What, based on why?
Just based on he's played in the game, he knows the game. I like James, he's a good player, and he's got that wee bit. If we talk about Rodgers liking, if it's only hearsay, we don't know if he does, but if he likes the players that have got that wee bit extra and a wee bit of individuality, like your Sinclairs and that he brought in last time, rather than Maiders, who just kind of looks like he's told what he's doing and likes to go straight off a structure, which everybody does, but I mean to a certain extent. James has got that wee bit extra. He can come inside, he can do the good on the outside as well, and he's a clever football player, isn't he?
Yeah. He probably played his best football in the Rodgers James Forrest now.
Aye.
I think he likes him, aye.
I'd be surprised if he played though now.
I would be, aye, but I'm just saying what I would be thinking.
Yeah.
Interesting in that.
How do you think it's going to go?
I think.
Where he's watching it? You and Moisey and the family will try and find a Celtic pub and so say that, don't you?
Help Spain in it. By the way,
Who do you think Rangers will win? Because I don't think you've ever tipped Rangers before an all-form game. Ever.
He's been sheepish in there.
Aye.
I do.
Did you say that or did I just... He's going to... See, about 20 minutes he'll go, I think Celtic will win it.
No, listen, as we speak now, and again, do you know what? I think it's unfair to ask me that when when the signings haven't even been made yet. By the way, Rangers PSV boys.
Does that have an influence on the game at the weekend? The fact
Injuries,
that
maybe.
Rangers have got travel, big game, leading up to that Celtic game.
No.
Will that have an effect on the result and the effect it on it?
I don't think so. I
Look
just
at
think.
Hearts and Aberdeen's performances
I
this
know,
weekend.
I
after
just
a-
think when it's an old firm, it's different.
Do you, mate?
Aye. If they're Ross County away or something, and they're putting everything into the Champions League in there, then mentally it's a bit.
But they showed at the weekend there that they were more than capable of dealing with that because they played midweek, didn't they? Went up to Ross County yet.
Aye. So if they can do it there, then an old firm just takes care of itself. Everything goes out the window. That's massive.
What about in terms of team selection for that game? And will that affect his team selection going into the PSV
I don't
game?
think you
now?
can. I think you've got to go
Best team.
best team. It's still early in the season.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
game's worth 25 million, the other's the first Old Firm game of the season, so you've got to play your best players available, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think you can overthink it. Some managers and go, well, I'll leave him and I'll leave him. But you end up I think you just go.
See, when you see Roof scoring at the weekend, like, do you think put him in against PSG, or does he need that extra bit of recovery and keep him for the Celtic game?
It's like you say, like, first start in a year it's hard, isn't it? It's hard because you do your stiffer for the next couple of days or 3 days or whatever it
I
is.
think Moisey's stuff like that.
So he'll probably think, can I start and play 60 minutes, see if we can get the best out of him then, or do we save him for the last 30 where maybe he needs to come on and change the game? I'm not sure. But I don't think he'll play Thursday. So maybe that helps.
Yeah.
Because that might be, Dessers or Danilo, somebody leading the line, and then he comes in at the weekend.
The thing with these days is when you play a Wednesday and you play a Saturday or a Sunday, in between you're basically doing nothing. You're
I know.
What
recovering.
does match day -1 and -2 look like?
It's just recovery in it, and then you're getting ready to go again for the game. They're getting looked after.
I said it last year. I think like sports science, and that's obviously massive in football now. I think it's looked far too much into it that players can't play 3 games in a week. Every player can play 3 games in a week. Every player.
You just played down England, mate. I loved playing fucking every
It's
3 days. Better than training that.
aye.
So see now, just to give you a wee insight, because you're obviously still playing, if you're playing Thursday, Sunday, what would you do Friday, Saturday? Literally none.
Nah, Friday. Well, if you're playing Thursday,
So say Rangers are playing Thursday, aren't they, and then they play Sunday?
Friday.
They play
Friday.
Thursday?
No, they're playing Wednesday.
Wednesday, sorry.
So Thursday will be
Nothing.
nothing. It'll be like come in and do a potentially half, or if you're coming in, it'll be a bike and a recovery and a massage and ice baths and everything possible to speed up that recovery. And then the Saturday, that'd be Thursday. The Friday would be
Second day recovery, so you're
Aye.
not doing much. You might do a warm up and a
Aye.
possession drill or something, and you're in.
That's it.
And then a Saturday's day before a game's never
just
really
walk
that
through what
heavy,
you're
is it?
saying.
So everyone can play 3 games in a week.
Yeah,
every
100%.
professional
God,
football
we used to
player.
when we were in the Champions League. We would do the night before, so we'd play the Saturday. We'd win the Sunday. Monday we would travel, and Tuesday we'd play. So you'd travel away, just say wait whatever. You see, you went to Nou Camp, for example, right? You'd go
Oh,
there.
he's dropped a new
Aye,
camp
you
in,
go.
innit? Just say the new camp, for example, right?
Well, it's the biggest one. So you would train on the Monday night in the stadium, and it'd be like a second day recovery type thing. But everybody would be begging to join in the wee games because it was a halfway line to an 18 a halfway line game.
Yeah.
Old v young, everybody was begging to play in it. You had to like
Had to be pulled
beg.
back. Yeah.
You had to be pulled back not to play in it. So I think you're fine.
See as well, see even if you don't have the midweek games, right, so you're just Saturday to Saturday for a full season, you could probably count on one hand how many times going into a game you're like, I'm 100% fit here.
You've
Like,
always
I
got
feel
spots
brilliant. You've
where,
always got something like where you might not feel great, or you've got a wee niggle and you're
Yeah.
carrying it out and training and that, so you never feel 100%. So it doesn't matter if you're week to week or 3 games a week. It's
See, the mad thing is as well, see if you're Saturday to Saturday, see on the Tuesday, you probably get a 9k, 8-9k session anyway.
session,
yeah,
You probably do 11v11 and it'll be the intensity of a match. And I know when you get into a match, there's a bit more pressure and there's a bit more to it, and you need to,
mentally.
you need to perform. But I think at the start, especially at the start of the season, I think you can get the game, you can get your fitness and get in the games and play a lot of them.
We've never asked you, who did you used to room with at Champions League games?
We were in our own rooms.
Oh, do you room
Yeah,
yourself?
room to ourselves.
Know what
aye.
you were doing, alright? Shattered for the game,
Fuck
but
to the
fuck what we do with football.
Boys, I'm going to go right on to the PSV game in a wee second. I'm just going to come round you, so predictions for the game at the weekend. Celtic Rangers. Quick prediction.
I'm going to keep mine for the Cooper show because we're going to do that, aren't we?
Right. I'm not going to see you two, so.
I'm going to go 2-1 Celtic.
I think there'll be goals. I think both teams will score, but I think Rangers will win by a goal.
Moisey, what you thinking?
I'll come back. I'll do a Cooper show.
Keep it for the Cooper show.
So PSV, did you watch the game?
Yep.
What did you make it, mate?
First half, I thought PSV were really good. Boy Sangari and boy Veerman in the middle of the park, I thought just ran the game. I thought Rangers maybe showed them a wee bit too much respect. Because we talk about how they want to play narrow, it's not through the middle when it goes out wide, but I think there needs to be pressure when it goes out wide, there needs to be contact. I thought the boy Dest in the first half could get the ball for the left back position and just sort of drive 30-40 yards up the pitch, get them off the pitch. But I don't really think PSV created much in the first half. But the second half, I thought Rangers were miles better. I thought Barisic and Tavernier got a lot more pressure on the game. I thought they joined the attack more, which gave Rangers more options going forward. And then I thought the second half was a good game. I think we'll be disappointed that it finishes 2-2. So you go ahead twice, you want to obviously hold on to the game. But I thought in reflection of the game, I thought a draw probably was a fair result.
What about that pass for Dessers?
Oh,
Great ball, aye.
I've never even seen that, mate.
What a ball. The weight of the pass.
The weight's incredible, mate.
I think if there's any more weight or any less weight, he misses it.
Definitely.
It was just perfect, wasn't it? Just to pass it first time. What a ball, man.
That's like I was saying, like the way Rangers play, I think it suits the type of games. That goal's a perfect example.
Was that a counter, that goal?
Counter attack, aye. It comes through the edge of Rangers' box and within 3 passes to score. Because I think that's what suits the system. I think that's what suits the players they've got. So I think that's why in European games some of the best performances for Rangers over the last couple of years has been in Europe.
Because that Gerrard team was very much like that, wasn't it? Very good off the ball and very good on the
very
counter.
Similar, aye.
Yeah.
But I felt at times in the first half they were playing well out the back into the midfield. Raskin was getting it and there was nothing
For him to pass to.
And he was turning back, but there was nothing there for him.
I thought it
There were a
broke
few
down.
times it happened.
I thought it broke down quite a lot in the front three as well. I thought Sima scores an unbelievable goal in the first half, but I thought he struggled in the first half.
He was giving him it, wasn't he?
I know. But,
Off.
He's in beef with Calvin Harris, see that?
Aye.
Living the dream, mate, innit? Big McCoy.
He must be making fortunes.
But I think, see, if you're going to play with that narrow front three, and I think Michael Bulat just said it after the game, there's so much onus on your fullbacks to get high and wide because you need to create
And
width
it's
for
hard
somewhere.
as well when you're coming for defending.
Defending.
You
To get
can't
high
then
quick.
get that high.
No.
That's a 50-yard run.
That's
Which
a great
Rangers
job,
just,
innit?
which Rangers in the first half they just never done. The fullbacks couldn't get up the pitch, so everything was played within a 30-yard width. So it just kept breaking down.
Yeah.
And PSV, I think PSV, what was it? They showed the stats.
Mate.
80-something% possession in the first half. Like that. Doesn't matter who you play against, that just doesn't happen.
But see when Gerrard was in charge, and what they were really good at is when the fullbacks went high, it was a midfield player that if they lost the ball and the ball,
Slides
they would
across.
slide across. Do
Aye.
they not do that anymore?
No, they still do, but like the boy Dest and I can't even remember who the right back were starting so high.
Aye, right.
So because they're only maybe 10-15 yards away for your fullback, then you've got to get there. It's different if they're deep. He doesn't want the fullback to then charge out 40-50 yards. He just asks the midfield three to slide across. But when they're that close, you've got to get pressure on the ball. But it's like Charlie said there, it is hard for you to flip for defence into attack. You've got to be the width and you've got to get 40 yards to get. So there was no like.
Well, what do you do then?
They never really adapted as a team. The front three, none of them were then pulling wide, or there was no change within it, and they couldn't get up the pitch.
What do you mean?
What do you do then? Because that is too much to ask for
Well, that's what I
fullback
said.
all the time.
So then,
You win the ball.
for me, in the front three, and I know you're asking to play narrow, but if you realise that your fullbacks aren't giving you what, you've got
need
to
to
pull
go
it wide.
wide,
You've got to be some sort of option on the ball. But I think
Even
they
one
just
of the
sort of
three
forced it.
midfielders
It would
can
break
go pull wide
down.
now.
And see the boy Veerman that Rangers tried to get a couple of years ago. He ran the game.
Mouthy him, by the way.
I know.
A mouthpiece.
That's
extra
twice
again.
he's done it. He done it last year as well.
The Veerman, was it?
Would you do that?
By the way, you've been outstanding today.
Yeah, haven't you?
I think you've been winning the
Hey,
tactical battle.
coach's hat. Got a coach's
I
hat.
wish there was a
Coach's
bit
hat.
more fire with they two.
Needle.
Do you know what I think we should get as a permanent feature in here? A tactics board. And it's
Why
got to
there's
just
no
stay there the full
one?
game.
I'll never know.
It's got to stay there the full game.
I'm sure I heard Jason you're going to bring
He
one.
lost it. The blind assistant.
Veerman's assistant. That was one of the finest moments on here, mate.
Oh.
You're alright.
I'm just
Blind
going to
assistant.
Where are
ask.
these sunglasses? I've not seen them since.
They get binned right after
Well,
that.
he lost them in the pool, didn't he? Right, Hadji's away Deportivo. Not a bad move for the boy now.
Was it they're getting 2.5 million for him?
He's been out for what, a year?
No, but it proves coming out and being wide with the manager works.
I know,
You get a
mate.
move
Get a
next
move,
week.
you
You know what I mean? Haksabanovic will be away somewhere next
Monza.
week. Aye, Monza.
Maybe
that's
a
it.
Monza next week, innit? Sad to see him go.
Nah, I think it's right I do think it's a right move for the player and the club. I think he's probably not going to get the game time he wants. If he's got any ambition to be a Rangers player moving forward or getting a move, he needs to go and play football for a year. So,
Was there a spell where Hadji was one of Rangers' main players, or have I got that
No, I
completely
don't
wrong?
think he was the one.
I
of the
don't
main-
think
He had a wee spell where he came on and made an impact, didn't he?
Aye, no, there was a spell where he was a good player,
But he's never
and he
been
is
one
a
of the
good
main
player.
players.
I wouldn't say he's one of the I've never seen he's been one of our best players now.
Why do you think that's been? Because technically he's really good, Tadgy, now.
Aye, he's a good player, aye. But, I mean, again, I don't think it was technically better than Ryan Kent.
No. But he had that right hand side. I thought there was a spell where he was probably Rangers' best player in that position.
See, play for Rangers and also Celtic, Andy. You need to consistently turn up and play, gain the trust of your manager, and do it every week because you're constantly on the front foot attacking. You can't have wee spells here and there where, I've done all right today. No, did you score? Did you assist? Did you affect the game? Because that needs to be weekly. You get a wee spell, maybe one game where you don't do it, then your next game, I'm under the cosh here, I need to produce, and that's what he's probably not done that. I've not seen enough for Rangers, but wherever I've seen him, we've just kind of scored winning goals here and there, done it here and there, kind of threatened to be that player, but never done it.
And to be fair to him, he's been unfortunate with injuries as well. We obviously got a bad injury that kept him out for about a year. And then, like you say, when you come back for an injury like that, you need to play, you need a run of games. So I think the loan move suits everyone, really.
He's just constantly, my dad thinks I'm a good player. Chat the manager's doing it.
Ask my dad.
Ask my dad.
Do Rangers qualify?
Honestly, no, I don't think so.
Do you know, Andy?
No, I think PSV look better than what they were last year. And I know they lost Gakpo and they lost the boy Xavi Simons that's went back to PSG, but I think they look better this year.
I think if they do, it'll be an unbelievable achievement.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really.
And I do think Rangers are somewhere. I don't think they've hit quite where they can get yet. So I don't. I think PSV will go through.
He's constantly just looking and giggling. He's got stuff in his face.
Mine's always just thinking about stuff, innit?
No,
You're thinking of David Moyes, a $1,000,000%
Naked.
tell since
Moyes is naked, innit? It's always naked.
No, you think they'll go for it? I feel like you're playing up to the Rangers fans a wee bit this year.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, you said last week about PSV that they actually won they, like the boy Bakayoko and that you won they.
No,
they get hooked at half time.
No, he's a cracking player. He turned because Klopp's been talking to him.
Who told you that?
Sit down.
Eh?
Sit down.
Who did he sit on?
No, all I'm going to say is, if you're Liverpool, you can kind of tell who told me, can't you? You think about it.
Robbo.
How did you contact them?
No, listen,
Platform.
I need to be careful with this because
The gossip comes back.
players aren't happy with me.
What?
Because
Getting the dirty
week,
laundry?
mate, I'll tell you, some players have messaged me saying, "Rat back the now." Because that's,
Are you going?
no,
Right, so what's the gossip here?
dirtiest guy in the game, isn't it? Dirtiest man in the game,
Serious man in the game.
Fabrizio Romano.
isn't it? What was
What
it
would
called?
Moisey eat on holiday, do you think, during the day? Steak pie, innit?
Full English to start.
Steak pie, mashed potatoes for lunch. Chicken curry at night, innit? Three of the hottest things you can get.
Got a lot of time for Moisey, by the way. What a manager. What a manager. What were we talking about
You're
there?
talking about PSV?
Aye, it's the boy. I'm telling you, there's alarm bells and red crosses all over this boy, Bosch.
Oh, the manager?
And I don't know what it is, but he's never seen. You get
I
dead.
spoke about him last week.
Aye, and if you look at his history, he's full of.
He's Google history.
Aye, if you look at his history, he's full of explosion and excitement. But my word, as time goes on, fuck me, he just seems to go.
What bit is he in the new bit?
Explosion.
Got to explode, does he?
We're just not getting exploded on. Fuck me, that's the worst analysis in history. No,
He's ready to splaff, he's saying.
no, listen, no. No, listen, I think
Blow his load on the
Rangers can
side
do
of the
it.
pitch.
Rangers can do it. This guy fucking concedes goal after goal. He's been known to concede thousands of
What,
goals.
letting big pressure moments in me?
Thousands of goals.
No, I'm ruining it a wee bit now with myself because I'm not saying the right words. If you look down his results, how he gets sacked with Dortmund, I said it last week, 4-0 up against Schalke, your biggest rivals. Schalke came at half time and scored 4 to draw 4. It's an embarrassment. Schalke actually missed a chance in 91st minute to make it 5-4. It would have been even more embarrassing for him.
Great knowledge.
So Baldy has to get, he needs to get this bang on the money. And he's chips goals, Charlie. He chips goals.
Chips goals.
Chips goals in all the time.
Chips goals or chips? Chips goals.
He chips goals in left, right and centre. So Rangers can qualify here.
Are you saying letting big pressure moments is when he usually kind of goes?
It's his style. He's so open. And I think
Open,
even,
is he?
and I think
How is it open when they're attacking?
Aye, but even when you see him last week, they were cagey at the back. See when Rangers put a bit on them, the defenders looked a wee bit, they were looking around to him as if...
Defensively, they did look a bit suspect, I'll give it.
There you go.
Never doubted you, mate.
And I think that Rangers can do it. I do. How do you think Rangers won't do it?
I just think that it's a tough ask to go there against a good team and win.
See the second leg last year, was that at PSV as well?
Yeah.
1-0.
And Rangers went 1-1
And it was
nil.
2 each first leg as well.
See, as a player, is that in the back of your mind? This fucking happened last year. From a PSV point of view.
Somewhere in the back of your mind, aye, that you know it's happened, but I don't think they'll be scared that it happening again. It's a total different occasion, totally different game. Different.
I don't think they would have thought after the 2 each draw that they're through or out either. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's going to change it much.
Fascinating.
What do you think, mate?
Did you watch the game by any chance?
I've got a wee feeling that we were playing that night.
See the boy Sangari?
Aye.
Got to Bayern,
It was
supposedly.
ridiculous.
Have you got to Bayern?
Bayern's in for him.
What about Harry Kane last night?
He'll score all sorts there. What a team there.
He's second finish.
Ah, brilliant.
Took his little German yet?
Doesn't know English that.
It's still struggling with his English in there.
That could be another wee trip for you over to your uncle's big Bayern Munich fan. What's he saying about
Big
Kane?
Munchin?
Big Munchin fan.
He watches it, I know.
Does he?
Aye, he's obsessed with it.
Is he happy with the Kane transfer?
Aye. I see me Mickey Owen was slotting him.
Who?
Kane.
Kane? Saying what like?
Saying he shouldn't have went. It's not an achievement to win the Bundesliga. Anybody can win that. There you go.
Think he's right?
It's a massive club to win it. Isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Massive club. Right, big news of the week, or wee news of the week. Lee Johnson's been sacked. Did you see it? Faddy called it, to be fair. I thought he'd get a wee bit longer, but Faddy said if he lost against Livingston, he could be away.
The fan on the fans forum called it.
So he did. With the fixtures that they
He
had.
said with their opening fixtures, if he doesn't start well, he'll get a bullet.
Who gets that, you think?
I think Kevin
It
Thompson.
seems like Lenny.
Kevin
so?
Thompson and Yogi sitting on each other.
Lenny.
Seems like Lenny's name's the one that's
Lenny,
come
aye.
up all the time now.
I think Neil Lennon could be back.
Aye.
What do you think, Charlie, about it? Obviously worked under Lenny?
I was about Lenny getting it. I think he would be a good fit for it. I didn't think he would have went that soon, no, Lee Johnson. I thought they might have let him, because whoever comes in is probably, or do you think they'll just let Gray take the Villa game?
You're not coming in for that Villa game.
No,
you know
that's what I mean.
Come in for after that. Fuck.
See, generally though, right, do you think his interviews after the game have played a part in him getting the sack?
I enjoy his interviews, mate.
Aye, so they are, but
I have
do you not think
heard,
like the Hibs fans...
Yeah.
He winds fans up, yeah.
Fans aren't daft, are they? They can see what, if a manager's talking with substance or he's at it.
I loved the Gazelle one. That was brilliant, no.
What was the F1 one as well? What's the
See,
gazelle?
see if you're a gazelle and the lion was chasing you, would you run quick? do you not hear that one?
Wow, man.
Do you not hear it? No.
What's the answer?
Oh, I need to get it up because I don't know exactly, but he was talking about how, like, I think he was talking about Will Fish or something getting back in. Like, so getting back in, he says, hey, I thought he could have got back in quicker. He's like, see if in that instance you were a gazelle and a lion was chasing you, do you think they got back in? Do you know, like something like that? It was,
See if a manager spoke to you
we
like
were
that.
talking about the Formula 1 one as well.
Wow.
See if that's the way he's speaking in the dressing room, me personally, I'm like, what? Just talk normal.
Switch off for that for me.
That sort of stuff, you're like, it's David Brent, innit?
Aye.
It's Brent, mate. 100%. It would not surprise me if he's had a guitar in that dressing room. Lee Johnson.
Just laughing.
Who'd be Gareth? Who'd be Gareth in that Hibs dressing room? Aidan, innit?
I would love to see Lenny back.
So would you give Lenny the job if you were Hibs?
Well, I want to be clear on all the candidates first that's going about.
I know how I'm going to make
Who are
a
the
total
candidates?
left field shout.
Who?
Reece McCabe.
No.
Why no?
I was speaking to
30
McNamara
what is it,
Friday
33
night.
still
Who's his
I went
agent.
and watched a lot of football, went to a lot of your games. Only team I've watched in Scotland that I like watching at Airdrie. They've got an actual identity.
Do they,
structure
mate?
of what
Aye.
they're doing.
He plays as well, didn't he? And so
He would
does his
obviously
assistant.
he would need to stop playing, obviously.
No, but
He wouldn't
I'm saying
play for
now,
Hibs, but
fair play to him having that and still playing.
Charlie, go and watch them. You'd
I
really
spoke to
enjoy watching
Jackie's
them.
agent and McNamara's his agent on Friday night, and he says, brilliant.
Why?
Sorry,
See,
brilliant.
every other manager, they all do the exact same thing. Hard to beat, work hard. Why not go and get somebody who's got an actual identity and a style of play? It's been successful doing it.
Lenny's been successful at Hibs though, hasn't he? But I seen Lenny was actually, I listened to him, I think it was a few weeks ago, and he was having a bit of a go at the other Scottish clubs for last season for their performances against certain Rangers, so they don't believe in themselves. Don't know, what do you think of that?
But
Do you think clubs, I know it's hard with the difference in the finances, but do you think clubs in Scotland do believe that when they play Celtic Rangers they can beat them?
no, I don't. I think that's it's a negative mentality playing Celtic Rangers. I think they worry about how much they can get beat instead of worrying about thinking about trying to go and impose their style on the game.
But has that changed this year when you see Kilmarnock beat both of them?
No.
Still
the
think
same.
that's there?
I think they go in like St Johnstone as well and they sit in a shape, and luckily Celtic don't score in that time. No, luckily, because it's good defending as well and it's a way to play as well, so it's a style of play, but I think there is a fear of conceding an early goal and losing rather than, right, what are we going to do to them? How are we going to affect them? What we do when we get the ball?
St Mirren would be a team that have had that belief for Charlie now. Would you say St Mirren?
They've done quite well. They've got a style, they sit in and they've got a way of paying the break, so they've done quite well at it.
He'd be another name that I'd put in for the Hibs job.
See,
He'd be another name that I'd put in for the Hibs job. Stephen Robinson, team's got an identity, style.
Aye.
See, to be fair, at Hearts, we've always tried to get a result against Old Firm, which is probably why some of the best games of the season last year was Rangers v Celtic v Hearts. The Celtic v Hearts games were a joke last year, every game.
Mm-hmm.
Tynecastle 4-3. Was it 2-1 at Celtic Park? Then the one Alex Coughlin gets sent off in the first half. Like, some of the games are very, very good.
I can only comment on my experiences, so obviously I've never been in your changing room, so I'm saying that in Scottish football as a whole, it's probably unfair that I've not only been in certain amount of changing rooms.
But I think for the most part you're right. Like, most parts.
Like,
most teams' game plan is...
The big thing I've heard is you can't press Celtic Rangers. That kills me.
Why?
Because pressing is nothing to do with ability. Pressing is legs and desire and aggression and fitness. So anybody can press if you've got a fit team.
And you're organised to do it.
Press them properly and believe in your press, because that's probably if you're not going to teach a team how to score when they've got the ball, that's probably your best chance of scoring, because you win it in their 18th, their final third, and you're closer to their goal.
Great point.
Whereas if you're not going to teach them how they're going to play through and how they're going to have attacking patterns, then why not go, right, listen, do you know what? We've got the legs, let's press them. We press Rangers at our place. We ended up drawing 1 each with them that day, but we went 1-0 up and they scored in the last minute. Don't get me wrong, they had about 64 touches inside our box. It was a mad start. I don't know how we got a result out of it, but we pressed them first half and they didn't know what to do. They were kind of spooked a wee bit, but as usual, because we never
truly believed in it.
And then once we got the goal, we just kind of went, oh, we protected. But it's to press, isn't it just like, right, we're going to press tomorrow, having no pressed. It's a habit. You need to create the habits, I think. And when you go on a pitch as a player, right, we all know this, you've got a lot of things going on in your mind. There's a lot of doubts. There's a lot of people talk about imposter syndrome and things like that. We all have our doubts. We all get nervous. You all have that. So you want to have the least amount of things to think about, because as a player, you're thinking about your individual performance. So you need to, as a coach, I think, create habits in the training that when you step on the pitch, things that they
know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly what they're doing. So you need to choose the most important, because you're not going to create 100 habits. But what you're going to create is, right, what's the most important when we've got the ball, when we don't have the ball, what are we doing? What are we doing as a team? When we're pressing high, where are we? And when we're sitting there, and if you've got the habits, and when we lose it, are we winning it back straight away, or are we retreating? Because if you create the habits, then people are just doing them without even thinking about it. And then what they're thinking about is their game. They can then think clearer about what they're doing. So they go, oh no, what did we do yesterday? It needs to be habits you create in training, I think.
See what I say, I always think about that as well, is one thing about fit up players is, see if you give them an option, an excuse, they'll take it in a fucking minute. So see if you've got like, right, we're pressing today, but if this is a scenario we're no pressing, see if it comes to that period in the game and they don't press, or the day press and it goes wrong, they've got their excuse straight away.
I thought we were in that
you told me I could have maybe went and no. So it's like, that's what I always think, it's black and white, there's no grey areas and we're doing this. But see, to be fair to Kilmarnock, what I will say is, I thought they'd done it perfect, where they sat in at times, they pressed at times, they clearly had certain triggers, and like there was a mix and a blend of everything that you could see as they all knew exactly what they were doing in certain areas of the pitch. Do you know what I mean? So I think like for that, I wouldn't really say that's negative or really positive. I just think that's just good game plan.
Good, yeah,
I think Derek McKinnon's got it obviously spot on for that game and the Rangers game, to be fair.
That was brilliant, wasn't it?
Really good, mate.
I think, so that's interesting.
Derek McInnes be another name that you'd put in there now.
Aye, definitely. But I like the fact that you say this, Mickey, because it's that way. As you said,
Wee left field, mate.
aye, looking outside the box, not just always the same thing. I like that. We
Go
believe
get somebody who's been successful,
Celtic
mate.
done with Ange.
Playing a
Just
certain
that
way.
Same, looking outside, a manager that's in Japan, never happened. You see, there's many gems out there, so.
I think teams like Hibs,
You can't be expecting him to go and be a player manager at Hibs.
No, I wouldn't expect him to play. God, it wouldn't be a good enough player to go and play in that Hibs team. But I
So
think
you're
he'll go
saying
manager.
chuck it in for in the man, right? Aye.
Definitely.
People's argument to that would probably be, I'd imagine,
His age, but Nango's
his
nearly
age,
fucking
he's
29 or something.
He's no good experience. He's no managed at that level. Well, he needs to get a chance somewhere. He needs
But
to.
all these guys that have been unsuccessful at Hibs.
I know we've said his name a few times, right, and we've made a bit of a joke at for a while, but seriously, see Kevin Thompson, like that is what he done. No, he wanted to be a bit different and play a certain brand of football. He was successful at a Celtic team and no had a sniff anywhere since.
I think you're right. I think go and give it to somebody. Give somebody a chance. I go for it. I think you're right. I'm with you there. Go for it.
No, I just love that. I think we Celtic done it, set the thing. Managers for Japan, never ever happened.
Nah, everyone looked at that thinking that left field, why are you putting him? Look what happened.
It's not an argument, that's what they've done with Maloney as well, though.
No, but Maloney had never managed before, mate. I'm saying Reece has done this and been
I think
successful.
Maloney should
doing
have
it.
given more time.
I know, but Maloney had never. I never think you should get the Hibs or the Hearts job based. I know doing any and being successful anywhere before. Reece has been successful. He's done it, and he's still doing it now in the league above with the same group of players that he had in League One because they've got a structure and a style of play that he believes in and they stick to it all the time.
Like, a good sign was they went 2-0 down in the recent game as well.
Never changed, mate.
Ross County, I think it was.
Yeah.
They never changed.
Came
And
back to 2-2.
The reason you come back for a game like that is because every player knows
What they're doing.
what they're doing. I don't know the boy and I've not seen much his games, but for what I read between the lines, a team doesn't get back for 2-0 down majority of the time through a lot you come back through because it's alright. We know our job, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I was at the
Doesn't
game
matter,
against
we know what
Dundee
they-
in the League Cup as well. They beat Dundee 1-0 at home, man.
They good.
They didn't start well the first 20 minutes, but then again, like you're saying, Dundee pressed them, nicked it a few times, they sort of stuck with it, and then they end up playing really well in the game, getting a result.
But see, realistically, in Scotland, is there any chance of that happening?
What, him getting it?
Aye.
Nah, probably not. Nah.
But see, I think the bigger issue with that is fans more than clubs. Like, is that what fans want?
But that's why Giant
See
Man
if you
City,
sing-
Giant
see if
Man
you-
City listen to the fans.
Aye, see if
Giant
you sing
Liverpool
after the
listen-
fans,
no.
him sheet, you'll be...
Exactly, mate.
You imagine every week you listen to the fans, you would be... An owner's got to, and a manager as well has got to do his job and do what he thinks, and the manager's got to pick his... Imagine a manager looked at the fans to see what they want the team to be and all that. He wouldn't be.
Aye.
They see
Here's
the
a question
players-
for you, right? Tell me right now, what was Hibs' style under Lee Johnson?
Don't know. I seen a clear style under Sean Maloney though. When we played them, I said to him...
What was that, the 3-4-3, wasn't it? He played, yeah.
And they passed the ball and they wanted to press straight away when they lost it, and you felt it after them. They wanted to be possession based, but I don't think you get enough time.
It's like I went in that game yesterday. I can't see a clear style for Dundee or Hearts. I go to a lot of SPL games. I sit and watch. Everyone just does the same thing. That's why I'm saying you go and watch Reece at Airdrie. They've got a clear style, a clear identity.
It is strange, and it's got, especially when you're full time. You know what I mean? You've not got a sort of idea, especially Lee Johnson time he's been there.
See teams that
See
don't,
what's there.
I don't know how they try and improve.
No, you
If they
can't
don't- if they
improve,
don't-
mate. How can you give somebody information when there's no... How can you debrief? How can you... When there's no information or instruction?
Just put the EFL highlights on and start commentating through them. I don't know, and I'm not having a go at managers that whatever they're doing. What I'm saying is, me personally, I couldn't have a team that didn't have a style because I wouldn't know how to then improve them.
No, exactly.
I couldn't sit there and go, I hope we win today. And if we win, regardless of how they played, yes, we won. Let's hope we win next week.
But do you think
I
that's why
couldn't
the
do
SPL's so inconsistent and why everyone finishes so close to each other? Because everyone's
Probably.
just doing the same thing.
Because, like Sir Steve Clark,
It
you
takes
would
a wee
say,
bit of magic or a mistake that decides a game.
I think Steve Clark, when he took Kilmarnock,
Had a style.
had a style.
No my style, but a style.
No my style either, would it be? But there's certain things in it that I like, in the way, and they all knew it, and there's no coincidence what they done.
Stephen Robinson's the same as
So I was going to say, Steve
based on
Clark's
it.
style is very similar to
Stephen Robinson. No my style of football, but
Aye.
you can watch it and see that they've got a clear style and identity.
Aye, definitely. And I think when you recruit based on that,
It's easy. Your recruitment's so much easier as well, Charlie, because
Exactly.
you're looking for certain players in certain
Aye.
positions.
because you phone, what do you do if you've not got a style? You phone up, what are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for a guy to score me goals, get loads of assists. I'm looking for a defender that heeds everything, clean sheets, and can pass for the back and is rapid. Oh, hold on a minute.
Playing for Liverpool. mate.
Aye, I know. Exactly. You need to then cut it down to what you think is the most important attributes for that position based on your style.
Yeah.
Brilliant, boys.
Because if you're going to be a team like St Mirren who sit in a low block and your midfielders counter, you're not looking for a Dylan Levitt to go and get the ball for back four, are you?
Well, we done it against them last year, so we played them earlier in the season. We finished 4th the year before. We were probably the favourites at Tannadice, and we passed the ball with Dylan Levitt playing. We passed the ball for the black, blah, blah, blah. They sat in their own half and just waited for us to
Get 3-0, wasn't it?
3-0.
Curtis Main.
Andy, honestly. Curtis Main ran away or the tap. We had no structure on how to win it back if we lose it. We weren't set up for the transition when we did lose it. So when you said earlier about the fullbacks coming in for talking's sake, it's a way to play, but it's also a way that when you lose it, you're in a great position to win it back.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. They broke away and it's perfect. And they recruited, they had like boy Jamie O'Hara, who I'd imagine...
Mark O'Hara, mate.
Mark O'Hara, sorry.
Just legs, middle
who
of
we
the pitch.
probably could have had, I'd imagine that year. We would have been in the same market for that type of player. But we never, because I don't know why, for whatever reason, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but they had him because they suited, they knew what they started the start of the season, they knew what their style was going to be in it, and they recruited based on it.
What do you think Dagan done to Villa?
Watch, he's been in the sun too long, look.
Jesus.
Watch, he's got sunstroke.
Sunstroke. Get the water on your face.
You need a dip in the pool, mate.
That's too much, yeah.
It's that light.
Mate, I looked at me, you look drained as in.
You've had too much in the all-inclusive buffet, haven't you? You need a sleep. You need, see that time on holiday about 4 or 5 o'clock, you need a wee sleep.
A wee hour.
Too many fish bowls, wasn't it?
Too many fish bowls. David Gray, I know David Gray. I grew up, we came through Scotland. He was at Man United as a kid.
That's right.
I think he'll be a thinker, David Gray. I think he'll go down, if he does take the Village, he'll go down with a clear plan of what he wants to do. But it's a big ask.
I think you've got to...
There's no way a manager's taking it before that game.
Beyond that, innit?
Mate, if you're a manager to it, there's no way you're taking that
Diarrhea, mate.
that before that game.
Diarrhea.
Are you?
No.
No.
Go to kid on your
No,
boys on
no,
the
your
well.
first game you're trying to get your ideas across.
You got,
You need to get the boys on board right away.
if you get the Hibs job for this game, you're going to Preston Villa at Villa Park.
Aye. Gone, mate. I'm going to back their fitness side, gone for it.
But see, in this, see if you do take it to when you go and only get beat or 1 or 2-0, is that not a massive lift to the players straight away now? Is that too big a gamble?
But
Who'd they go up front? Watkins?
Ollie Watkins.
Make him kick it. Make him kick it.
I think Hibs did try to
They'll
press
play
him,
though,
didn't they? But they were
they'll
just
play.
too far off.
They'll play though. They kicked it, they're playing.
then I sent you the clip, didn't I? And I sent you the clip.
Yeah.
And Hibs are pressing. Remember?
Oh.
But 3 yards off, somebody's no pressing, mate.
I know. That's what I mean. They say, look, I think a manager that wants to go, look, we pressed them, they get played through. Can he press them? No, that's not right press.
Yes,
People are blocking angles, not get after the ball.
So I sent you two at the same time, right? And then you wrote back to me whatever you wrote, and then you wrote your thoughts, what I was going to say. So I copied and pasted what he sent to me. And sent to you as if it was me.
Shut up! Brilliant. Brilliant.
It's a bad. It's
What did you say, diarrhea? Or tell your man's no well?
I think you've got to just. Cause I think they've got to come up with something just not to go down.
The Hibs
boys.
squad.
The whole Hibs squad.
The full squad.
I just remember that you can kid on the team's been spiked. Didn't see the dinner. You're eating food. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the poison, food poison or something.
But you still need to put a team in the park, do you know?
You need to
You don't need to can you not forfeit a 3-0?
I don't know, but
You can't be good down
it's
there.
not a great fixture for them, is it?
That's no,
And
man.
when they're on they're on their own.
They're back.
I want to ask you two as well, because we asked the two boys on the Coopman show this about the difference in terms of these top players, and you can understand that they're technically better, but why are they better athletes than us? If all your full-time teams have got the same amount of hours in the day, why are the players in the English Premier League better athletes than the
I
ones
think
in the
they're
Scottish
naturally
Premier League?
better athletes.
I was
So
going
when
to say-
it- when it's when you're naturally better athletes, so you can train it to a certain level. But as a player, I'm never going to be a power sprinter. Ever. No matter how much
You're
I
saying
run.
they're bigger,
No, but I just mean
stronger,
even like with
quicker.
the physique and the look.
Look at McGinn. Was he always like
I
that?
think naturally they're just...
Do you think? But look at, have you seen the Bayern Munich king, mate? Players when they
Aye.
first come in at the first team, what they look like, and then a year down the line once they've been in the first team for a year.
See Lewandowski when he went to Barca.
Yeah.
You see that
Monster.
picture? He's wearing the tank top and the shots are up.
Oh,
all day.
that's right, mate. He's a unit.
Aye.
But that was Goretzka's another one. Lewandowski.
Goretzka,
They're like really, really thin, and they go there and they're like fucking monsters. So is it something to do with the training these clubs are doing?
They must have the most advanced
But why do we not get that?
dietitians and sports science and everything. The most advanced ones where they're paying them a fortune because they've got more money. Hibs are only going to get the most
How much is a dietitian?
Oh, I don't know.
The numbers.
But they're
Simon
also
Jordan
paying.
over-
They're also paying 40 million for a guy that runs 100 metres
No,
in 10
but
seconds.
I totally get that in terms of technically better players. But I just mean on the whole athleticism thing. How? Why?
But they signed most of the players, didn't they?
It's like bigger.
Villa.
They're just
So they're
bigger,
signing them
stronger.
because they've not signed them and went, he's a good player, but got a wee belly on him. For 40 million. They're signing him because he's a good athlete. He's earned his 40 million move because he can run and he can play and he's explosive, and we'll put our tactics on him. We've got the finished article. Hibs and that can't do that. They can train their players and make them as fit as they can be.
So, see, in the is there gym programs? Has everyone got gym programs to try and get them?
Aye. A lot of our boys at Dundee United.
And is it you must do it, or is it just compulsory?
They must do it, and I think boys want to improve now, and majority of boys will do it.
I'm a big believer in natural fitness, though. Like, I think I could train, me personally, I could train to be as fit as I possibly be, and I would never be as fit as even a Stuart Armstrong, for example.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Aye.
I would. 100%.
Even have you ate like Stuart Armstrong,
Especially-
trained, like lived like him, you would.
I'd be fit. I would be fit. But I would never be able to do a 5k in 16 and a half minutes. Never.
Yes.
In my life.
You think that?
Exactly.
No.
Nah.
So like Gordon Strachan got slotted and he says genetics. Do you think that's true?
Greg Docherty at Rangers,
There's
mate.
genetics side, but I mean, you can get fit for, but if you start like, if you're at 25, you think that you're used to Stuart Armstrong, then I want to get as fit as Stuart Armstrong, right? But he's also getting fitter, so you're never, do you know what I mean? If he's living his life as well, and do you know what I mean? If he stays still, you probably still won't get there. You'd need to start it when you're 10-year-old.
Greg Docherty was in school, used to do cross-country running. What was that period the pre-season used to do their running programmes. One of them was a 5k time trial. He did a 5k in 16 and a half minutes. See,
What
at
age
this
was he
point,
then, sorry, mate?
oh, he was at Rangers soon,
Alright.
like 24 or something. But I'm saying he used to be a cross-country runner in school. See, at that point, I was as fit as I could possibly be because I'd been running for weeks and weeks and weeks. And it was my best ever 5k time in 19 minutes, 15 seconds. He's 3.5 minutes quicker than me in a 5k. And that was me at my absolute... And that's like... I could run for probably the next 5 years. I would never do 16 minutes.
No,
in a 5k.
Never, nah.
No.
I know, but his age would come
Even,
in as well,
mate,
wouldn't it?
again,
My
even
peak
10
was
years ago.
1920, 1921 or something was my 5k peak. And I could never even recreate it just right after that. I wouldn't be far off and I would be whatever, but people that are doing that, just another. The boy James McLean, I heard that boy Docherty's, like, Windass is fit and he said he couldn't get near Docherty. And the boy...
But Windass is only
James
fit.
McLean.
He's talking about genetics. His dad couldn't run, but Windass is only fit because he lives his life properly. He's in great condition. That's why he can run now.
He obviously kept himself fit when he was young. Might not just be genetics the way you're born, and it's like, right,
But what you're doing for
what
when
you're
you're
doing
young,
for a young age. I mean, Strachan used to say when he was younger, a daft wee thing, he was fit as anything, wasn't he? But he used to sprint a lamppost and jog a lamppost wherever he was gone, anywhere he was walking about. So I know it's a daft wee thing, but, he
definitely.
probably kept himself fit for really fit for a young age. I don't think you could get somebody off a building site across the road there who's never kicked a ball at 23-year-old or never ran about and went, I can make you as fit as a Hibs player.
No, I get that, but
So it's
I'm
like
saying,
being
but
a Hibs
they're
player
not.
as fit as a
That's a bad comparison, isn't it? Because he's working on a building site all day. I'm talking about football players who are playing football all day.
Professional,
which is
full
fair
time.
enough, but I still think there's that. The margins are that fine with the fitness is they're spending 40, 50 million players that are also living right, but also got the natural.
So see, in our youth setups, are they doing, have they got sports scientists for kids at 13, 14 that are telling them what to do and what to eat? And
You would think
so.
You would think
I'd-
so, but
It's definitely...
so what are we doing? That's what I'm asking. What are we doing differently to these other?
Well, it's the same.
countries?
It's the same thing. I would say why we know technically as good as teams in these countries, and it does start for obviously grassroots. It starts for when you were 5, 6 year old, and it's the first time you can kick a ball. So when you go down to Boca Academy, you see them do a crossbar challenge for boyfriend.
I said last week our coach was taking them for running every Sunday, and you went to the day that at Benfica. Somebody says they're doing that.
I know, but is there no way you can do that in terms of with the boys? Well, I think if you're running, it should be away for training.
Aye, well,
Although you only get 6 hours a week for them, should they be running within the 6 hours? I don't think so.
this was an extra day. This was an extra
that's
day on a
fine.
Sunday.
That's good. It's an extra day's training, but
Aye.
I think that should be done outside of your training hours.
Aye.
When you're with us for 2 hours, you should be there to get better at football now.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But I'm saying if we're saying now that we need to make our youngsters like these boys, there's a way we can make them like the German boys you were saying coming through or whatever, or the Villa players. Then there needs to be time set out for either whether it's weight
Certain
training
things,
or
yeah.
running or whatever. If you're saying that's what would help.
Good.
it's a fantastic debate. I think you maybe get hopefully somebody reaches out and...
Aye, let's get a sports
Aye,
science.
let's get a sports scientist. I want to know what kids in Scotland are doing.
Aye, it's important.
Are we doing enough to reach the top level? Right, what we want, Aberdeen. Right, what is it? Massive week for Aberdeen.
Mate, what a result
Second
that
leg
is.
Europa. Your mate Nicky Devlin's
What about
fire
that?
performance, eh?
Incredible, mate. Talking about, we were just talking about their fitness, and he's got that in abundance. A complete and utter athlete. And he's one of the players that each year he's getting better and better. And you know what's at the end of the year? Summer. Euros.
Do you know what? We met him, but I met him. He played for Walsall. We Blackburn played against Nicky Devlin.
Yeah.
And he was rapid. We had the boy, who was he up against? Somebody rapid as well, and he kept matching him.
Junior
I was thinking,
Hoylett.
No.
Well, I shout
Somebody
at you.
rapid, he kept matching him. And I was thinking, geez, well, that boy's rapid. End of the game, because I was all right, mate. But it shows the Scottish mentality. I'm thinking, you're not Scottish.
Because he
Because he was quick.
God, that's mad, isn't it? You
I
thought that?
remember shocking. And usually Scottish people,
To be fair, he looks like he could only either be Scottish or Polish, Nicky Devlin. So.
Scottish people, you 9 times out of 10, you'll know a Scottish player you come up against, especially if you're down south. You'll be like, oh, he plays with. But it didn't click.
You never knew him. That's a slow one for Nicky Devlin, isn't it? You never knew who he was.
He'll not take that well.
But did he not go for, like,
Air.
went fair? I didn't
No,
know.
but he got told that Stenny, after the boy,
He's going to name names, I like this.
no, the guy's name fails me.
Oh, you shot it. You didn't want to name
No,
him.
if it comes back, I'll say it. He got told to Stenny, you're not good enough for Stenny in League 2, I'm sure.
Was that Stenny manager at that time?
Aye.
Let's get him up. That's a good bit. Oh, you just keep talking.
Aye, he told then, and I would say that to any younger player. Do not.
Let one coach's opinion define you.
Exactly what I
Wow.
was going to say. And that boy's belief, he then went to air.
What about when it's like him, sorry to challenge, it's 10 or 12 coaches that have got their opinion?
Don't let 12 coaches opinion define you.
But honestly, and he's just getting, each year you're seeing that belief, because he's got the physical side, and when he went down to England, no problem at all for him. And he come there, the captain of Livingston, unbelievable there. Then Aberdeen, and I hope now, and I'm serious here because I think we've had it, I hope now because he has maybe went up to a bigger club in Aberdeen, that you see Clark maybe having a look. Now, Hickey plays right back, didn't he, for Scotland? Does he go out to the right, who's outstanding? But
Patterson.
Patterson as well.
Patterson as well, but by the way...
Do you know who's Scottish? The boy Rothwell for the shame against Tottenham for Bournemouth.
Is
Joe
he?
Rothwell. He can play with Scotland. I played with Blackburn.
Player?
He's a good
Really
charmer.
good player. Really good player.
What position?
He's like a number 10, but he can play anywhere in midfield. He likes to go and get the ball, and he's brilliant at running with the ball and brilliant at driving with the ball.
Can I get an midfielder or no? You might have played against him. See boy at Middlesbrough, Hayden Hackney.
I know you're talking about him not playing against
Very
him.
good.
Good, aye.
Didn't even realise he was Scottish as well, 20-year-old.
Plays with
Aye.
21s, does he know?
Does he play
Or
with
he did.
21s? Aye. He's very good,
A
mate.
lot of young Scottish boys now, innit? Look at Lewis Ferguson last
He was
night.
brilliant last night, Lewis
26.
Ferguson.
Is he? I think he's that old. Is he?
I don't know.
No,
Aye, he's
he's
like 24 or something.
24 or something, eh?
But he's and then he's done brilliant. And last night for Juve, he was outstanding.
Dude, look at it. You see the physique on Lewis now?
Animal.
Isn't he?
But he looked a really clever player last night. But
Well, it's poor punditry for me, but we had a game at the same time, so I've never seen it. So talk to me about Aberdeen game. How was it? How did Aberdeen play?
brilliant result. Favourites now? Would you say they're favourites now to go through?
Yes.
I'd say so, aye.
Mate, is that? Am I right in saying that's into the Europa League?
Yeah.
That is just incredible if they can do this, isn't it?
Yeah.
But can't wait for it.
But again, struggled against St Mirren yesterday, so it shows you how strong. I know.
Is it difficult, Andy? I think you're the man for it. Is it really difficult to play European football and then get yourself ready for a couple of days later?
You just said no.
No, I don't think it is. No, I think it's just an easy
struggled, didn't
excuse
you?
you've got if you don't play well or you don't drop points.
Remember last year you did seem to struggle at first with that.
No, the thing we struggle with was injuries,
Injuries.
mate. But like, when you look at our injuries, it wasn't fatigue or training related injuries. It was cruciates and like proper bad injuries. So that's not really down to training or like overexertion. You like that?
Good, mate, overexertion.
So it's like it's just like bad. I mean, it's bad injuries. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you still need, when you've got, if Aberdeen, they're going to guarantee Europe, they're going to be guaranteed 60-65 games anyway. So they're going to pick up injuries. You need the squad with it, but they'll be able to handle it. I say it all the time, man. Callum McGregor, Joe Aribo, James Tavernier, Connor Goldston, other Celtic players, like 70 games a season, mate, every year.
But
you can do it. It can be done. And see if you ask any player at the start of the season, right, you're going to play every year, every game this year. Like, brilliant. You know what I mean?
Did you
don't want a rest.
Did you play missed midweek European? And
I
then
did. I remember one year it was like some early 60s games I played.
I bet it's the fittest you felt as well that year.
Felt brilliant. Aye, just kept ticking.
See if you just keep playing. I think that's when you feel at your best.
You feel you're most robust in that as well. The only thing that's a wee bit of a challenge is the mental side of it a wee bit, because, and every player's always obviously different with that, but I think that if you're playing a Thursday night, just say away to somebody and then a big game, and then you're to just say up to Ross County, no disrespect to Ross County, but it's a lot of travel and or away to somebody, and the pressure's on you again.
But yours is different because you need to win all the time as well.
You need to win again, and it's Ross County's cup final. They've prepared all week for it. You've had that big distraction. All of a sudden, it's a Saturday. You're on your bike way up to play Ross County. You get a game on a Sunday. It is a challenge, but it's as a player, it's one you want to be involved in.
See as well. If you've got the Sunday Thursday games, right, and say you've played the Sunday and you're rested for the Thursday. See if you're rested for the Thursday, you still train on the Friday, and your Friday session for the boys that train still it's a down. Because there's only maybe 12 of you training, and you still do like a 5, 6, 7k session. They're still running with involved. Then you train properly, so you're still. People say a rest, but you're probably doing every bit as much, because when the boys have got the day off the next day and the second day recovery, you're doing the full session in both days.
That's why I say mentally it's stiff, because the boys haven't maybe played in the game, so they've done a hard session maybe the next day, but it's not the mental side it takes out of you. I think it can be hard.
I just wanted to get on the roommate things as well, because I've never asked you this. See, before your debut, who did you room with the night before? Lenny, wasn't it?
Lenny, aye.
Who was your favourite? Who did you usually room with?
So it was European games. Lenny was a lot of time you were yourself. Sometimes pre-season we were in with people, and I'd always share with Paddy.
How was he to share with?
He just didn't like being himself, Paddy. He used to say, like, because we used, even actually near the end, when Paddy was still there, we used to get our own rooms, but he used to say, because was it Willow left? That was his roommate. Willow left, he said, do you want a room with us? Hey, bother, it's a room with him. But he's never really, we had good laughs and that, it was good times, but it was times where he just wouldn't speak, he just liked the company. So see, sometimes if I wasn't there or whatever, he would get one of the boys up to sit in the room with him all night. He just liked the company, says he hated it quiet.
That was some team, that, but wasn't it? Thinking back to that now.
It's a good bunch of boys, wasn't it?
And as didn't you say that, but like back then when I think of it, there wasn't, I can't remember being tactics, not that.
No.
So you obviously done that out.
The game's changed so much about that in terms of that.
But you had leaders on the pitch though, didn't you?
Yeah, which you probably didn't get now. Have you ever had an awkward room? I told you I roomed with Sean for a full week in La Manga, innit? Me and Sean Maloney. I was 17, mate.
I shouldn't room with Sean Maloney with Florida, with Scotland.
He's brand new, like, but I could just tell he was fucking devastated when the names came out, me and him.
It's funny you say that, because in the next trip I shared with him, I used to wind him up about it. In fact, the room list came out and I wasn't with him this time, so it usually just stuck the same. And I was like, you phoned up early and asked to change rooms, and then he just deflected and said that that's what I done. To this day we don't know who done what, but he was in with Marshall. I don't know if he went back to his normal roommate or what happened, but
he's definitely phoned.
He's phoned.
But I thought we had a good time. Clearly not.
You had an awkward one?
No, but you saying about you with Sean Maloney, when I signed with Middlesbrough, I was only 17, and we went with Stratton, took us to La Manga because he had a house there, didn't he?
I went with Stratton as well.
Every team you ever had went to La Manga. So we went to La Manga for a pre-season trip, and the left back at the time, Andrew Taylor, who'd been about 27, 28, he's been paired with me, and I know for a fact he was thinking, fuck off. This brand new 17-year-old Scottish kid. And honestly, mate, see for the full week, got along like a house on fire, mate. We were close for the time after that, aye.
So it shows like,
but I think with a 17-year-old, I don't know if you're like this, but I'm definitely like this. I want them to be like, you want them to be out their shell. So see, when I got paired with him, I was like, I'm just going to be myself. And I think he loved that. Do you know what I mean?
Remember that America trip? That was Jamesy's, I roomed to Jamesy that week, remember? Never.
Oh, mate, that was hilarious.
Remember that?
Man. He tortured Jamesy. Oh, mate. Jamesy was a young boy just in the squad.
Just in,
quiet. Oh my God, it was hilarious. We'd be sitting at night, so we would all go and sit in somebody's room at night, and there'd be 7 or 8 years, and then Jamesy would come obviously because he was room with you, and you'd be like, Jamesy, what, last night, why Jamesy woke me up in the middle of the night and says, Si, I just wish they would call me Jimsy.
That's why I'm not talking, they're getting my name wrong.
Keep getting my name right.
Remember we used to
Just talked to them about James. He loved it. He loved it, didn't he? Oh, he loves
remember
it.
Paul McGowan.
I still called him Jimsy. I still call him Jimsy to this day.
We used to do the chat roulette. We were all young, single at the time. Chat roulette. Remember that? So you'd sit on the laptop and you'd put your face on. You could. Birds would like we put wee Paul McGowan's face on. Birds would just swing. So he was devastated, wasn't he?
Do you remember that thing back in the
Somebody,
day?
I don't know names, put their thing in between there, and a wee guy's butt. He's like buzzing into, it, and then he's.
Do you remember back in the day you used to get it on like MSN, and then I don't know if it was WhatsApp when it first came out, where you could I could sit here and I could text in the group chat, but it would come up that Charlie sent it.
Was it
remember?
Message X?
Oh, that was Message X. That was
Message X.
One with that.
Mate,
We got
that
Hartley with
used
that.
to be amazing, didn't it?
I done Paul Hartley and Paul McGowan with that, mate. We goes there.
That get you hung, but that was mental.
I know.
I was texting Paul McGowan for the manager on the way up on a Monday. Gowser's like in the motor, and he's like, fucking doing this and that at the weekend. He's like, fucking manager seems to find out everything here. So I've sat with the Message X, messed him, found out what you were up to on Saturday night. You been in my office first thing. He's like, oh fuck, man. So he goes in with me. He's like, what have I done then? You texted, and you can hear like, I've not texted you. You fucking have texted me. Me in stitches, man.
I done Philoska with that the first Ronnie Dyler's first pre-season. That Message X was kicking about, and I texted Big Lucas, can you come see me now at reception? So there was about 5 or 6 of us sitting list at reception. The lift's just there, and the lift comes down, Big Lucas comes out. Ronnie Dyler's just on there a bit. We just sat there, and he comes down, and he's like, all right, lads. We up to, he's like, the gaffer wants to see us, all right, sound. So we just sat there, and he's walked down, and he's like, Ronnie Dyler's, he's like, all right, you want to see me? And he's like, no. You want to see me? He's, oh, mate,
it's the best.
sitting howling.
Oh, it's the best.
Just
man.
simple
best.
banter.
But it's
brilliant.
It was, people just can't get it because the name comes up with the text. It's like, it's all there.
Remember what else we used to do with Paddy? We had Willie McStay, phone Willie McStay for one phone with a number, phone Danny McGrain for another.
Put it together.
Talk to you, you phoned me. Hey Danny, you phoned me. Mate, remember that? Tears rolling down my face, man. Paddy was amazing at the pranks as well, wasn't he?
Brilliant, man.
I remember he had Craig Reid asking what's the word where the euro turns into a pound? What's the
Exchange
rate? What does that work? Paddy'd offered him a deal for Ireland euros, and he's like, what's the exchange rate just now?
Say to him, did you say to him, remember your gloves? He's not even a goalie. He said, don't forget your gloves.
Oh, incredible. Right, Paul, will Aberdeen go through?
Aye. I'll be bouncing there. I hope with it, it'll be amazing, won't it?
Well, they hold their own in the group stages. Got good players, didn't they? Duke and
Depends,
North
though,
could play
doesn't it?
that
Depends
level,
on the
couldn't
group they get.
You need a bit of luck in the draw, don't you? Because you can get some top teams in the group stage. So, but see if you're there, you've made the money for the club, ain't you? It's
Go to enjoy it.
aye, but it will be difficult though. Don't get me wrong.
Well, see with that money, will they have time if that comes in to get more players in Aberdeen? Would you imagine so?
What's the date today?
Yeah, they should be.
I imagine they've got players
Players
lined
ready.
up if they get the money and players lined up if they don't, already kind of ready to go. I think that's how it works, doesn't it?
I think they've still said they want a centre half, didn't they? So, but I think Scales, they were saying Scales was probably going to go permanent, but the injuries at Celtic, that's probably might have changed that.
Yeah.
I don't know about to let him go Celtic.
Was there ever a player that would always get dropped after the European one? Do you know what I mean? Like one player that knew I'm going to get fucking dropped here. Do you ever have that?
I think every team's got that.
Lustig and Matthews used to swap all the time.
And would it bother him?
I think the one that didn't play the European game would have been a bit more gutted because they knew they were going to Ross
Keep
County
you
on
for
the
Ross
Sunday.
County,
Aye.
Let me
mate,
Paul you to say that, is that
You
right?
played Sunday. Because he's getting rested for next European game, yeah.
I'm not being funny. That was me. That was me.
Was it?
That was me under Gerrard at Rangers. Aye.
And did that try
Barisic, every European game, me Hamilton away in the Saturday. That was me for that year.
and would they try and put it like we're resting you for the European to play the League One?
I remember one.
Holding
what
the
game was
office.
it? What was the game? Was it before?
I was always the one that get drafted into the 2 under Lennon. So like, if you played the European game on the Wednesday, boys were getting, you'll be alright for next week. You watch yourself win your arm and all that. I knew I was always the one that was on that bus getting
You were
up.
playing,
always playing. And it was good in a way because you wanted to keep playing, but You knew he wasn't even that bothered if you get injured in the Hangway game to play the European game, not me.
Mate, I remember you gave me the worst bit of advice ever as a young boy on that America trip. We'd played in America. I'd actually done really well in America that trip, but Swindon were bidding for me at the time. So Lenny comes out with a sheet, these players are going straight up to Glasgow, these players are going to Lincoln for a friendly. Straight for America, he's flying straight to Lincoln. Remember that? You were flying to Glasgow, my name was on it, and I was like, I'm close to, my move's nearly happening at Swindon, like, I don't want to play in this Lincoln game, I've just played the same amount of minutes. He's like, just go and see him and tell me you don't want to fucking play in the game. So I went and chapped Lenny's door. After I'd made remember me and Gills nearly got sacked.
Did you?
I went and chapped Lenny's door.
You didn't believe me, did you?
I was like, Lenny, I don't think I should play in this Lincoln game. He's like, you're fucking playing in that. I don't give a fuck what you think. I remember sitting on the bike, he's like, go and say me, didn't want to play in it.
I needed you at the door, mate. I knew I had a chance of playing midfield. Get him at the door.
Oh, mate.
Would you have had a wee chance that season if you didn't go?
He told us it would, but fuck knows. Probably
You just want to go
I done
play?
well that pre-season, mate. Yeah,
I remember your mind. I remember thinking back then. Your mind was kind of made up then, wasn't it? But
What's that?
and do you know why it's so stupid? Only because Swindon were doubling my money. That was it. That was the only reason I wanted to go.
You've done
mate.
well in the pre-season.
Pre-season, I should have stayed.
Oh, mate.
You
When I
went
went to
to
go to
Swindon
Swindon, he's
done
like,
well,
me, I
didn't
don't think you should go, I think you should stay. And I was like, nah, my mind's made up, I want to go. We're going to get promoted to the Championship next year and got relegated.
Oh, my God.
I know, mate, it's mad how your career can turn on it.
That's heartbreaking, mate.
I set up the goal for Sammy and won the friendlies, do you remember? He actually made a point of saying something after the game, and then that's when he pulled us and he's like, I don't think you should go, just stay and... Not saying you're going to play, but you'll be involved in about the point. And I was like, nah, I want to go.
that's the thing under Lenny. You would have, even if you didn't start off and you get in, see, as soon as you win a game, you know it's just rolling to the next team again. And once you gain your trust,
I know.
you'd be in.
Because that year, Jamesy, because me and Jamesy roomed that, Jamesy never started the season, kind of maybe a similar situation to me, but he came in, done well, and before you know it, he went and had the fucking season of his life.
That's right.
See, when you're young, I know you're like this your full career, but see, when you're younger, see, once you've had a taste of first team football, you just
desperate.
want to play, don't you? That's all you want to do. So that's...
I knew that. Because we were waiting for you at Lincoln. The bums were waiting. We were at Lincoln waiting for him to arrive.
That's right, mate.
Were you? Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
So we were the ones that didn't obviously go with the first team.
But also, mate, sorry.
Oh, right, you were already sitting down there waiting
For the bus to come in, we had to get the bag.
You all went down in Danny McGrane's motor, didn't you?
7-seater.
See that Lincoln game? So he was I think he says, I don't want you to go Swindon. I think you can go maybe play higher. Because we were League One, we obviously got to playoffs that final. That year, maybe go Championship. So this sums Lenny up to it. After we played Lincoln, it was Sutty that was the manager. That's the only reason we played the pre-season game. I scored in the game, we won 4-1, played well. And after the game, he's like, what do you think? And I was like, what? And he went, going on loan to Lincoln next year. Try to help Big Sutty, they were in League 2. I came for Swindon in League 1, he was telling me I could play in the Championship, and then he was trying to get us to go to Sutty's team in League 2. Fancy going to Lincoln.
Wow. Was like, I done my ACL.
You done your
that game.
ACL?
I done my ACL. That game, that was the one Richie told like, get fucking on, mate. My knee's hanging off.
What was it? You were left wing that day, weren't you?
Aye.
Richie Till, as soon as you say Richie Till's name, I just think he's like a 3/4 length All Saints cardigan he used to wear.
Three-quarter
First thing that pops in, remember the cardigans at All Saints?
What, did it there?
No, it was like, don't you know, it was like, it was Undertaker's jacket, but it was like, it was massive. And I remember we were on a team night out and we get the parts of Hamilton bus to a restaurant and we were singing in karaoke, you know, it was a team bonding session and Richie Till, somebody's grabbed his cardigan, man, and just launched it out the sunroof of the bus. Somebody's wrapped their motor on a pole, mate, with that cardigan on the windscreen. As soon as you say his name, I just picture that grey cardigan. It was shocking.
I remember that cardigan.
Do you remember the cardigans were kicking about?
It was always paired with the AJ t-shirt on it.
Oh, mate. Remember Conroy turned up with a short sleeve shirt on? Probably Burns walked in, mate. Never even back. You wouldn't even have thought he'd looked at Connor's like, alright, Connor, where'd you park the bus? Looked like a bus driver, remember her?
Oh, Tommy Burns' patter was unbelievable.
Oh,
man.
so sharp, mate.
Oh, so
sharp.
good.
Big Killian played left centre half that day against Lincoln, mate.
Did he?
I think he was still at Dundee.
I think he's only just getting treatment.
Remember that big Italian centre half? He was left-sided. Young boy. He came away that pre-season to America.
Milan Meeson.
Hey, Meeson, aye.
Did you not remember the Tony Mowbray one? Tony Mowbray's gave a massive speech before we've left Glasgow about how he hates people not being on time for meetings, for meeting up for the aeroplane. First meeting in Australia, big Milan, Tony Mowbray's counting the heads, he's like, no way somebody's fucking late for my first meeting after the speech I've just gave. Big Milan comes down with face fucking beetroot. Tony Mulgrew was like, what the fuck? You're telling me? He goes like, my stomach in the toilet. I just sat in the toilet, shiny Celtic. He's like for the first game.
It wasn't Italian, was he? Where was he from?
Czech or something.
Check. That was
Big
was that the grazing
Mate.
trip? Remember that Dan Harris?
Mate, that Resi team is brutal.
No, I wasn't on that one.
Wasn't it?
That Resi team. I sat next to George's Samaras for a 24-hour flight. Mate. Never said a word to us the full flight. Think of that.
Was he
mate.
proper quiet?
Oh my God, hard work. How did you find him?
Nah, he was quiet. Big Sammy, quiet. Good guy, but quiet.
Do you hear any banter now? Any?
No.
What, so 4 years at Celtic, not one funny?
Nothing. He was just a big, quiet guy. Just,
He was good in his debut, wasn't he?
we could be anything he wanted at
Somebody's
times.
in train, you thought
It was one of them where I'm throwing it, what one's turning up the day.
Lenny loved him though, didn't he?
I think Lenny
Some
made the
European
captain
games, he was
once.
just moving people outside. People would go and flick it up. He was just moving people outside, taking his chest and running, and it was unbelievable. Some games.
Lenny, see, his team talks were unreal, weren't they, sometimes?
Aye, good.
He's got that hang about him, but
I remember UV away, but I don't know if I've ever told it in here.
Had the Sutton, didn't he, in the jail in here?
Have I told it, aye?
No.
Oh, Jesus,
What is
man.
this? You never had
So
the
he was a
Germany hat
No,
on?
he was a tracksuit all the time, Lenny, right? You see me, he wore, right? He was a trackie all the time. Played Juventus away, and it was just, I think it must have been February time when the Champions League starts back, last 16. And we're all getting ready to go, serious moment, you're all getting sorted for the game and all that, last 16, UV away, getting sorted. He comes from nowhere, mate, with a suit on. Black suit, 3-piece, and a big scarf, man. He could go the length of this room, right? It wrapped about 8 times.
Richie Till's cardigan. He caught it.
What's the I'm no joking, one of them you can walk me in and everybody just went we're getting ready, right? I've just looked away, faced in the locker and I goes, get your laugh out the way, hurry up. To be fair, it was brilliant because it calmed everybody down a wee bit. But, oh mate, it was all suited, the big
know exactly
the big scarf, man. It was, where does that begin and where does it end?
But I swear that was an All Saints cardigan I know. Because I remember it.
It might have been.
And it used to be a big droopy thing down there
like
as well.
tassels and all on it.
Where does it start?
You seen Richie's cardigan and went like, I'm getting something out of there, I'm going there tomorrow.
I wanted to ask
He's
you
your
this.
biggest scar.
Was there ever a player, Celtic or Rangers, that was unreal in training and everyone would probably thought they were shite?
Brandon Barker.
Was he, mate?
Aye. One of the best trainers I've ever seen.
Really? Mm-hmm. What, every day would be like, you'd like rip it up?
And I know for a fact, you ask anyone that's played with him at any club, whether it's Hibs, Preston, they'd all say the same thing. Because Josh Ginnelly, when he came to Hearts, played with him at Preston, he said the exact same thing. He said Brandon Barker's the best I've ever seen in training. But he was Man City when he was younger.
Aye.
And apparently he was the one, like coming through at Man City at that time.
Where's he now?
Lenny's team. He was at Lenny's team in Cyprus,
Was he?
aye.
When he was a
Played
big
with them last
scaffold
year.
in Cyprus.
But Lenny obviously had him at Hibs.
That's right. So Brandon
Honestly,
Barker,
mate,
there you
in
go.
training, like,
What about you?
he was one of them where he would get the ball off the goal, he'd dribble by the full team score.
Would he, huh?
Aye.
That's mad, that.
Paddy was unbelievable,
Aye,
but
nobody
people
thinks
knew
he
he
was
was
shite.
good.
Nobody thinks Paddy was
I
shite,
know,
but
it's somebody that, like, I'm not saying people thought Brandon Barker was shite, but
Aye.
where fans would say, he's not good enough. Do you know what I mean? But in training, you're like,
For me, Nguemo was a fucking joke, mate.
Was that the holding midfielder?
Uh-huh.
Aye.
Tony Mowbray, honestly.
He started well, didn't he?
Mate, he was brilliant in training, man.
I see.
Oh my God, talking about popping the ball around you. Fucking hell. Couldn't get near him, mate. He was a joke, Nguemo. I was like, who the fuck have we signed? He's unreal.
mate, Easy he was a weird one. He started unbelievable, didn't he? Remember before the league break?
His first year he was player of the year, no, he was brilliant.
And Man U and
He was
Arsenal were talking about him, and then
What about worst trainer, Rasmussen? Worst trainer.
God.
Remember
I don't know if-
Rasmussen?
Tom, it's a ball, no a ball. Me used to shout that at him all the time.
I don't know if you remember Warburton's Rangers team in the Championship as well, the boy who got on loan for Arsenal, Gideon Zalali.
Zalama, huh?
Mate, he was the same.
Was he?
Joke in training. But he was still decent in games though. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
anybody
he
was
done
like,
alright.
he was a joke in training, mate. Full blown, like what you're saying, like just before the ball came, he knows his pass, he sees the pass, he knows it's a pass round the corner, it's a pop, a one touch, a set, like very, very good. But what were you saying, the worst trainer?
Worst trainer, huh?
But would be brilliant in games?
Nah, just a terrible.
Why do you think that is?
What? They're brilliant in training.
Aye.
But there is like just guys that are just 7-a-side players, aren't there? Smaller spaces, tighter areas,
Remember
brilliant.
we played with a wee boy at Celtic, remember that time? Were you there at the time?
Who was
Or
that?
did he come in January? Nigerian boy, can't
Rabu?
remember his name.
Rabu?
We-
How good was he, mate?
He was unbelievable, but he couldn't kick the ball more than 20 yards.
Just
And he
passed.
powered into
Pass, brilliant. Ended up got to Kilmarnock. But he was like 7. He was made for like futsal or something like that.
See, I thought Nguemo was brilliant, and then Bruni came back in the team, and he wasn't as good when Bruni came back.
Right.
I don't know if he was maybe intimidated by Bruni or what, but he wasn't as good because Bruni was injured at the start of that season.
See, Tom Rogic, see when he first came, did you think he was going to be as good?
No,
as
you wouldn't have said he
Nah, I
was going
didn't
to
think
be.
so either.
In terms of what getting the ball away or just not up to
He
speed.
just looked a bit. I don't know. He was still the same way he moved.
That's
And
that lackadaisical style.
see if you're no tidy or producing in that style, you're like he's quite slack.
He's lazy.
But when he got into the team under Ange, he started scoring and producing with that style. You're like, oh, what a player! He looks smooth. It goes for smooth. It goes for looking like they grown lazy to that's smooth the way he moves. Aye.
Moisey's balls are hanging at his shorts.
No way.
Right, Aberdeen at the weekend, Miofsky's penalty, what did you think?
It said should be off. Shouldn't be a goal.
What, a double kick?
Yeah, shouldn't be a goal. In the rules, shouldn't be a goal.
I'm sorry, I've not seen it.
So why is it given then?
I don't know why that's been given, that goal. That is in the law, that goal shouldn't count.
If it was a double hit, then it shouldn't count. But I went seen it a couple of times. I still couldn't really tell if he's double hit it or he's hit it into the ground. Do you know what I mean?
It's a double hit.
Because that
Surely
movement, it was weird.
If it was a double hit, surely the VAR would have seen it now.
I know, but have you seen it?
I've watched it.
Do you not think it looks as if he might have like hit it into the ground and it's just skipped up? Do you know what I mean? It was hard to tell, I thought. So I don't know if
What's
VR's
Paul
looked
gets
at it and
down
thought,
for? Why is he going to ground?
I know.
Just get out to the ball and stand up now.
Why was there that many amount of time? I don't know.
it would have been an incredible start for St Mirren if they held it. It's still a good start, obviously, but if they go 3 for 3 and it's Aberdeen, Hibs at Easter Road, there's some start in it.
Do you know what I love about the second goal? What's the big boy's name? Good player.
For who?
For St Mirren. Gets the ball, there's a pass wide that he could... I'm always on it about to East Kilbride just now. Space in front of you and you pass a pointless pass to a player with a man 2 yards for him. Just keeps driving into the space, Somebody comes to him and he just slips the ball through to Grieve and it's a great finish. It's a great goal, the second one. Love it. But St Mirren look a proper team now.
Aye, but I think they might worry that Hibs might come in for their manager.
Even then, right, and do you know why? Again, you talk about coaching. He's lost 2 of his best players in the summer, Main and Gallagher, but just replaces them because he coaches it. Mm-hmm. Transition seamless.
That's why
I'll talk about styles as well. Like, they have got a clear style, like 3-4-3 rotations all the time with the outside wingers and the wing backs. For me, I think the boy Ryan Strain's got to move in him big time because
How's Mendy came to try to get him?
He's good. He's really good. I think a lot of St Mirren's attacking output actually goes through him.
Yeah.
And defensively, I think he's good as well. So his delivery for set pieces, I think they'll do well. We spoke about it at the start. I think they'll be top 6 this year.
Could they get third? I know a couple of people tipped Kelly for third.
Who tipped? Nobody tipped. No, we said dark horses.
I think you tipped Kelly third.
Did on Thursday.
Thursday, aye.
But no, after they get beaten Saturday, no way.
Who'd be best placed to get close to third, St Mirren or Kilmarnock, in your opinion? Because I think they'll be the ones outside the Hibs, Hearts and
the only reason I'd say
Aberdeen's.
St Mirren is because I think they've got more goals in their team. I think the one thing that Kelly do lack is somebody that's going to go and get them 10 to 15 goals, which I think is something they'll probably try and do for now to the window.
Watkins scored again, didn't he?
But again, he's never really been a 15 goal a season striker, is he? Matty Kennedy obviously is playing off there. He's the same. The boy Vassell, again, he's not. I wouldn't say he's like. It's just goals. I think they need. I think that's what they lack.
You've played with Vassell. Has he got 15 goals in him this season? Or is he not that type?
No, he has, aye. He's good with both feet, he has. But I just don't know whether Kilmarnock can create
Enough
the chances to get a striker 15 goals. Will they get that high up the park?
I think last season they were Armstrong top scorer, then their 2 centre halves, weren't they? I don't know, like Ash Taylor and somebody else.
Even though they're a bit better this year, I don't know if they've got that in them, but we'll see. But I would say St Mirren just because their identity seems just a bit clearer to me in terms of their midfielders. The back 5 stays in and their midfielders are the ones that get out and they sit in a shape and they don't jump too early. They kind of honour their jobs. And
they've got like 4 strikers as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Aye.
And then obviously options on the wide areas as well, but like Mandron, Olisanya, Grieve.
Mandron, that was it.
They've got options up front.
Is it a no-brainer for Stephen Robinson? If Hibs come calling, does he go? Put yourself in Stephen Robinson's body right now. Take yourself out of David Moyes' body on holiday and put yourself in Stephen Robinson work mode. Sitting in your office, cup of coffee, chairman comes in, Gaffer, Hibs have been on, I want to talk to you. What you saying? In his accent.
No, his accent. Can't do that. There's no still that boy running the recruitment, is it, at Hibs?
No, it's Brian McDermott now.
I think you go. Boyle and Yuan excite the life out of me. The stuff you could do with him. But then he stay at St Mirren.
So where are they playing? If he's going to go and play a 3-4-3, where are they playing within that 3-4-3?
That's a great point you make. That's something I would need to probably bring my assistants in that in to discuss.
Curious. What do you think?
Hurry up. It's a great question you ask though.
They two players?
No, I mean as in, is it a no-brainer to go to Hibs?
Do you think he takes his style for St Mirren and just goes like right again mate at Hibs? The same formation and the same style, or?
No,
I think his actual style is quite similar to his Motherwell team, innit? In terms of his Morecambe team, obviously I couldn't really see it, but I do think it is quite similar. And do you know, like the profile of Hibs players kind of suits 3-4-3 now.
What, so would you have Yuan and
Boyle, Lafondra, Venti, or Doig,
does his two tens come in the pitch, or do they stay high in?
Well, I say who would the wing backs is maybe a bit different.
Chris Cadden could play that.
He's
great right wing back.
No, for like 67.
You're playing a guy
when
they played with 2 10s, aye. When they played us, they played with 2 strikers. Aye.
Aye, that's a 3-4-3 now.
3-4-3, so they're 3-5-2 last year.
3-5-2, aye.
So with 2 strikers right up.
I think it's boy McMenamin, whoever the striker may be, and then I think the boy on the left changed a bit. It was the boy they signed, I can't remember, but he's absolutely rapid.
Is that McMenamin?
No, the other one. It was the foreign boy, it's really quick. He was playing on the left of 2 games I watched, and then up front was Mandron, but he never played at the weekend, did he?
Came on.
He come on.
So see on that, would that affect your decision? Would you look at the squad of players and see if it fits how you want to play? Or do you take it and think, I'll get the best out of the players maybe until the transfer window to next summer, and then I'll go and put my stamp on it? Or do you just take it because it's Hibs and they're a bigger club in St Mirren?
See, that's all the things you don't know what his situation is, because it could also be, well, what's the money difference? As shallow as that might seem, it might be money that he can't refuse. If he's gone for that to that, then he goes, well, it's a no-brainer, I need to take it regardless of the squad. But I'd imagine he's looked into the squad, and if he's a potential one that they're looking at, he'll look at the squad and think, right, can I do better than I'm doing at St Mirren? Because I need to do better if I want to get a move, or I want to improve my career, or whatever. I don't know what he wants to do, or whether he's happy where he is, I don't know.
But Hibs just, they can't defend. They are conceding goals left, right and centre. Now, if he looks at it and goes, I could do a better job, but if the personnel's knowing the defenders are there, then he's going to know a lot of time to get the defenders in that he needs, because the amount of cross balls that come in and they don't win it.
They're going to put pressure on the wide player.
They're going to
put pressure on the ball at all. Did you see the third goal?
They're so passive.
What a finish though.
I know, but Andy, there's no pressure on the ball in the back. The back just tore up at the halfway line.
What was that one?
Joe Neal goes to the ball, doesn't put any pressure on it, stands 3 yards in the back, the 2 centre-halves stay on the halfway line, midfield runner through, ball at the top.
Crazy. It's an outstanding finish, but you're right, they're so passive. Oil the pitch. Out wide, Boy Newbley and Penrice. That's one of the best doubles acts I've seen in a long time, aren't they? They two in sync. They've been working on that, but at the same time, they are so passive. They don't stop across, but it's even worse. Their effort to stop the ball in the box. That's even.
Bruce Anderson's what, 5'6"? Got 2 big centre halves. Bruce Anderson's done. You think one of them thinks when that ball goes wide, I'll attach myself to Bruce Anderson?
Lucas Digne.
Yilmaz's big brother.
Lucas Digne the other day. He get 4 assists or 3 or 4 assists, cross balls coming in again. They are terrified. So
what is that? Do you think that's a lack of instruction, or do you think that's players just doing everything when they got in the pitch?
Well, both. Why is they're constant getting crosses in the box, and why when the ball comes in, they're never winning the ball. They're getting beat in the air all the time. At least attach yourself onto somebody. Or I mean, I'm not a centre half, but it's just so many crosses.
I'm not centre half. Like you thought you might have been a centre half.
I'm saying it I'm there because Paul Harlan,
there's 2 ways to do it, when there's balls coming in your box. Either man mark, like you've just said, get a hold of somebody, or you stand in a zone and you stand in when you're standing in a zone, a back 4. And your full back suit starts to stop the cross, you need to have 3 in the width of the goals, front, middle and back, and then you need to have 1, depending on what midfield you're playing, or 2 midfielders for the cutback.
Yeah.
But
if you've not got that, then you're in a bit of bother, because spaces appear, then people move into them.
Yeah, this is a tactical masterclass today, isn't it?
Really good, mate.
Without a board or no, to actually get into the depth of it.
I know, we need a board.
We could have seen your press, we could have got you to put your press on a team playing out in a 4-3-3, and we could have said as well, and we could have had a right good fucking go with that there.
Right, I know you want to say well done at Hearts, because you wrote them off, you thought they got it.
Aye, but I'm gutted with the game the other night. Shankland, that what a goal! Top corner. Did you see it?
No, we were training.
After it,
We train 8 to 10, mate.
Yeah.
Get up
Do you
the
not
road
get
at 11
highlights at
o'clock.
11?
Friday.
Got to get up for my kids at school.
A bit after the kids.
Was in here to do the podcast.
So I watched it, full 90, and the highlights. Shankland's goal, my
Incredible,
God,
wasn't
what a finish! And then the game changes. They go up. Hearts went up 2-1. That team are good. The wee boy Zivkovic, he is brilliant,
I thought to be number 10 as well, 20-year-old.
brilliant.
It was really good.
It's going to be they're good, aren't they?
But I don't think we deserved to lose the game.
No,
at
no.
all. I thought there was nothing really in it. I thought they maybe slightly had the better of the first half, but I think over the piece, I don't think we deserved to lose. I thought we took the game to them, created good chances. They had a couple of good chances of their own, to be fair, but obviously the way it comes about with the second goal is a killer, because we think we've made it 2-1. 2 minutes later, VAR sees it's offside, rightly offside, obviously. Then 2 minutes later, they score for a set piece. So disappointing, but I think we've shown enough to see that we're still in the game. So
What are you laughing at?
It's facials, man.
What was that?
It's just laughs.
I know, I just
Then
got
he's
a
having wee laughs
text.
here and there.
I just got a text there. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
What,
for doing
Badging?
that, mate.
You can still do it. You can still do
Still
it.
do it, definitely.
100%.
What I will say is Shankland looks like he just belongs at that level, doesn't he? The European games I've seen, mate. Not just in terms of his
Brilliant,
finishing.
aye.
Brilliant player.
I think
All-round play.
I think as well that him and Boyce have got a proper partnership going now, that any time they've been on the pitch together, they're making stuff happen. They're combining with each other, and I thought the two of them caused them all kinds of problems. So
Is Lowry playing in Europe?
He came on.
he came on.
How-
He came
how-
on. Aye, he's done well. I think a Partick game he got a couple of assists, and I think when he's made an impact in times of the game. I think with younger players, especially in that position, it's about just combining it all together and showing real consistency. And I think he'll be a big player for us, no doubt.
But yesterday he's playing wide left. Is that his best position? Is that where he looks like he's going to play for Hearts?
I think
Is
so.
it 10 now?
He thinks 10. I've said to him, I think he's better on the left, because he's brilliant 1v1.
Yeah.
The way he can
Great fit
manipulate the
up
ball, drop his shoulder and get by somebody, sees a pass. And I think it's hard. I think with number 10s in games like, we'll get on to the Dundee game obviously, where it's really, really compact and it's hard to break lines and find them in the pockets of space. You need to do the next thing where it's run behind, create space for yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's something that it'll come over time, but when he's on the left, he gets on the ball, makes things happen. You were at the game, the period where he went left to start the second half.
Boyce
He made
actually
things
brought me out
happen
of it, didn't he? Because
he
Boyce
made
came
things
and
happen
played
for
on.
half an hour, and Boyce is making runs, it makes it easier for him. And
He had Cammy Kerr in the Canadian band dance for a good 30 minutes, didn't he?
Aye,
But
aye.
fair play to Cammy, mate. He stuck
stuck
with
with
it.
it, aye,
He
he
stuck
did.
with
How
it.
was the game as a whole?
yes, and say.
Hard watch, mate.
Hard watch.
It was a hard watch.
What they try to do,
Wee boy, who?
Dundee.
Dundee went quite long, I felt.
Quite direct,
Went direct to...
Similar to Dale McKinney's style with Tony Dock being.
I've not seen Dell's teams play a full game for a while, mate, but I thought Dundee were very good off the ball.
Right.
Worked hard, well organised off the ball. They had a clear instruction on what Hearts were doing and what they were doing against it. They were letting Hearts come to the halfway line and they were going putting pressure on the ball for them. Hearts quite often just gave them the ball back or the ball went out of play. There was never really any control for either side in the game. Bright spots were the wee boy McCowan for Dundee.
He's a cracking player.
And Tiffany, I thought Tiffany roasted the Hearts right back who got hooked at half time. But again, you just see these players in glimpses because, like I said, there's no real control in the game, mate. Hearts centre backs are stepping in, mate, and it was just like 20 guys staring at them, no movement, no rotation to go and move the ball.
That's a big, when you say controller, I think that's a big thing into it. You don't see in many SPL games outside the Celtic Rangers games is control.
Nah.
So that doesn't mean possession. It means like, well, it does mean possession when we're talking about having the ball. It means like, can you control the game with the ball? But without possession,
Winning it back quickly.
But then having some other game plan when you do win it back.
Aye,
Yeah.
so controlling the space where you want that team to go. So when we spoke earlier about playing out for the back, if a team play out for the back, well, are you controlling the space that they want to play in? Or are you letting them do what they want to do, and that means they're in control of the game?
But see with that, watching it in the Hearts come up to that feeling, would you say that was more, they had a lack of ideas how to do it, or should the players have been gone, be braver to get on the ball? So you're just sort of standing
Well,
there.
again, I know what it's hard because he's here. Obviously, I would
No.
never. But you've got Toby Civic playing centre midfield.
I don't get
Fernandes
that.
not playing. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, I don't get
It looked to me like Toby Civic wouldn't know how to play centre midfield. Not against Toby Civic, he's a good centre back, but to have him playing in the middle of the pitch, he looked to
He
me
played
like
midfield, aye.
played centre midfield, mate.
I think
That would look like that. For me, looking at it, that would make me think that they're trying to not have possession. If you're playing with
Centre half in there.
a centre half in there, well, I don't know Tony Civic inside out, so maybe unfair for me to say, but that would indicate that they'd be more expecting not to have the ball.
Yeah, it's like standing up against people as probably a centre midfielder playing in there would, whereas he'd maybe come 2 yards this side,
100%.
play him, turn, play Lowry wide, and you've got a
that's
1v1.
it,
But there was none of that.
I think after the game we were all pretty honest. Obviously, Nazy and Frankie said it in the media as well that's probably been our poorest performance of the season. First half, we were very lucky to go in at 0-0. Dundee had a couple of good chances. They got one disallowed as well. But then you're talking about control. For half time to they score, we were in complete
Second half
control.
was
That
much
was
better,
our best period. And it was more because, like, again, we talked about like fullbacks coming inside the pitch out of possession. Like, anytime we had attacks, we locked the game out. So when Dundee cleared it, we were just sustaining attacks for 30 minutes. We had them penned in, creating chances. And then obviously from our point of view, it's just poor decision making, I think, more than anything, that concedes a bad goal. And then after that, I think the most disappointing thing for us was we lost control again. We just stopped doing what we were doing so well for the half an hour before, because I think you'd admit, first half, well, we won the great, obviously. I don't think we deserve to win the game, but for half time, they score.
No, there's
only one team going to go and win the game, and
I thought
you
Boyd
know
was
a
a big
goal's
part of that
coming.
as well from it.
You know a goal's coming, but then even when you go 1-0 down, you've just got to stick with it because you know that you're on top, that the ascent is there, chances will come, goals will come. But I think the goal deflates us a bit, and then after that we kind of lost our way.
Great finish with McKeown. See it?
He was very good. He was
He was
probably the best player on the pitch. Aye.
He's a brilliant player, that boy.
He was
There's another one, mate.
He was out of
United.
contract this summer. I couldn't really get. He was out of contract this summer and went a wee while with a team, and then Dundee obviously.
Which is strange, because I
Got a
watched him
chance.
towards the end of the season for Dundee. I thought he was really good.
Aye.
Queen's Park game away, he was really good. He was at Ayr, yet another one that was at lower leagues 2 or 3 years ago at Ayr United.
We've said it, haven't we? See, especially
There's talent
for
there.
these clubs in the top league, Leah Livingstone's and that, who haven't got the biggest of budgets. There's a lot of good players down the leagues. You have to go about sniffing.
Where's
about.
that boy that was on loan at Peterhead for Dundee at Hughes?
Lyle,
Cameron,
they're on the
PK1.
bench, Lyle and Josh, two of them, really good.
What was it, Gareth Bale? What he was compared to Gareth Bale?
No,
once
that's
at one
Ryan
point?
Duncan. He's
No,
Aberdeen.
that's Josh Mulligan.
Aye.
I thought that was Ryan Duncan.
Ryan Duncan was good as well. He's came to us in Peterhead, he's at Aberdeen. Very good player.
No, I'm talking about the.
Josh, he's not quite hit the Gareth Bale heights yet,
He's
but
got time yet. Time
No,
yet.
only
29.
35, mate.
What we want to, Simon?
I think that's us done. Oh no, Motherwell beating Kelly. By the way, two great finishes, Motherwell, Casey and Harry Payton, who I've always liked.
How good is he done, mate, Kettlewell?
Especially the boy Mika being out for so long as well, mate, the centre forward.
Tell you what, Kelly battered them first half in the highlights though. Obviously, I've not seen the
Big
full game.
Vassell,
but-
he's got to bury one,
Aye,
hasn't he?
Kelly
I was
were-
interested in seeing how Kelly played against a team that was kind of even to them rather than playing against an old firm or something.
But it's funny.
Where they've got maybe a wee bit more of the boss.
They've
on it.
got
No,
have the
no, but
ball.
it's funny though, they don't concede that barely a chance for Rangers, Hearts, Celtic, and they concede 2 goals into Motherwell. Is that not just mental?
Mad, innit?
No, but
Well,
that
maybe
is,
Because they're not sitting in the edge of their box.
Exactly. Committing more players forward,
Aye.
maybe leave a bit more
And
spaces.
they're more happy. They're more than happy not to have the ball against Celtic Rangers, but against Motherwell they're probably thinking, well, we need more of the ball here, and they get a bit more stressed and come out of areas maybe.
It's a sickener for them and all, conceding so late.
Yeah.
Kelly. It's that last kick of the game basically, went out with Payton's goal, and it was, you're right, some finish.
He's another one, mate. I played against him when he was at Stenhousemuir.
He beat Ross County.
Ross County
as well.
went
I
after
remember
that.
him. Ross County, he was good.
Canadian boy, really good football player.
His brother was at Blackburn, Fruit Blackburn. I think he's still at Ross County now, his
I
brother.
might be wrong, but I'm sure he was
Two
at
of them
Hearts
played
as a young boy as well.
Aye, he
Sure
was
he was
at
at
Hearts.
Hearts,
He was,
aye.
you're right.
Aye. Who's his brother's called? Harry and...
Barry, I think he's at Kindora. isn't he? At Kindora,
Harry
isn't
Lloyd, done it, Harry and Lloyd. But Motherwell, they top 6, I think.
aye.
he? Right, so we've said Motherwell, Kelly, who's missing out
I
here?
never said yes. I'm asking him. He said yes.
I think so.
Well, Kelly, I think Hibs, Hearts, and Aberdeen could miss out on top 6 this year.
Hibs is a worrying one, innit? It depends who they bring in. Again, we'll need to wait and see that. But the only thing is, I really honestly like. I think Johan and Boyle are brilliant. Fuck am I going? What am I talking about? No, but I think. Listen, I think Hibs so
Is Johan good, aye?
outstanding.
Is he?
Oh fuck, brilliant. You're not having him. Disappointing for next player to say about a current player, but
I'm not saying I'm not having him. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking, is he really good? You've seen it's 3 or 4 times you've mentioned him a day. And I'm expecting...
no, he's a right good player. That boy.
Is he? What's his...
Directness.
Rapid. Right.
Brian McDermott should get Steve Coppell to manage him because he's signing all the old Reading players, isn't he? Obita, Lafondra. I thought they guys are about 40, man.
Need kits in, didn't
Can I tell you something that's not really happened this year? Not really many referee decisions that have like big contentious. Official fun game next weekend. There'll be
Who's doing
something.
it? Bobby Madden with his pink whistle on it.
Aye.
I'm saying, I thought you two shied away a wee bit for the Celtic Rangers bit, which is disappointing. I think they've both sets of fans that will maybe turn on you a wee bit. Because
Do you want them to defend their club a wee bit with that?
you remember back to when I went, would you go with? You remember?
You did me. You did. You did the gear result.
No. Remember I said if you two were in control, remember?
Well, I tell you right
You just had
now.
a wee laugh as if, what are you talking control? I think they enjoyed the laugh, so they didn't need to step in and say
Well,
it.
why don't we secure Charlie for next Monday? And then that'll be the real analysis of the game after
Do
it.
you know what you did? You, Johnny Nelson in the middle.
Tactics board.
Gloves are off.
Wow.
Tactics board for the
And a dark room
analysis.
just with that light shining on the board. You get the sunnies on again.
I do know, I know my tactics inside out.
I know my tactics inside
I
it.
do. I think what I do think is though with tactics and that, I think dummies who are trying to do it are ruining the game. I think people are switched on football is excellent, but I think when dummies try to do it, you're taking the natural instinct and quality out of a game of football.
Can I?
Who's the dummies?
Let you make it up for yourself.
Yeah,
What's planned for the rest of the holiday, Moisey, just before we go?
I was going to say something I can't say. You know what I was going to say, didn't you? Beginning with something. No, we're not finished yet. I've never asked you, I'm dying to ask you. Starter, main, dessert.
Oh, he's never been asked
This is interesting, tells me a lot about you. It's your last meal ever.
Starter, main, dessert.
You've got a song once.
Garlic bread, spaghetti bolognese.
No, you're a mozzarella dipper, man. I can
No,
tell.
I'm a buffalo wings. Starter. Main, I'm going. What am I going main?
Milanese.
When's the wings challenge out, Paul?
Milanese salsiccia.
Oof. I've had that in Nonna's.
Brilliant.
You had that as well, remember I went for one?
Desserts, the
You're not a big
fudge
dessert.
cake, chocolate fudge cake, ice cream.
Right, one song left. It's playing in the background, a song choice.
Song choice.
And a drink.
What did you have for
alcoholic.
dinner last night? Or any good food over the weekend?
What did I have last night?
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
Try to tell a lie because I know I definitely had a takeaway. I always have a takeaway after a game.
Do you?
Nah, I had a Five Guys last night.
Five Guys. I'm obsessed with Five Guys. Just
I'm a
takeaway
takeaway after every game.
chips are unbelievable.
After a game, I played 0 minutes in, but I'm still getting a takeaway.
Your man likes Five Guys, don't you?
I'm wondering what me Melissa's doing now, man, in Texas.
Five Guys.
She's still on that Lady of the River.
What did you have for dinner last night? Last thing before, what did you have for dinner? Sunday
That's a
dinner?
great question. I got beer hall,
Oh, pizza?
pizza,
What did I
margarita.
have? Ham roast I had.
Oh, nice. Oh, everything. Parsnip, carrot,
No, just
cauliflower cheese.
No, just
tender stem.
potatoes and broccoli.
Tender stem, nice.